This is the modern epidemic, and it's as misplaced and it's as fictitious. This is the plague of ADHD. Now, this is a map of the incidence of ADHD in America, or prescriptions for ADHD. Don't mistake me here. I don't mean to say there is no such thing as attention deficit disorder. I'm not qualified to say if there is such a thing. I know that a great majority of psychologists and paediatricians think there is such a thing. But it's still a matter of debate. What I do know for a fact is it's not an epidemic. These kids are being medicated as routinely as we had our tonsils taken out. And on the same whimsical basis, and for the same reason, medical fashion. Our children are living in the most intensely stimulating period in the history of the earth. They're being besieged with information and calls for their attention from every platform, computers, from iPhones, from advertising audience, from hundreds of television channels. And we're penalizing them now for getting distracted. From what? Boring stuff. At school, for the most part. It seems to me it's not a coincidence totally that the incidence of ADHD has risen in parallel with the growth of standardized testing. Now, these kids are being given Ritalin and Adderall and all manner of things, often quite dangerous drugs, to get them focused and calm them down. But according to this, attention deficit disorder increases as you travel east across the country. People start losing interest in Oklahoma. They can hardly think straight in Arkansas. And by the time they get to Washington, they've lost it completely. And there are separate reasons for that, I believe. It's a fictitious epidemic. If you think of it, the arts, and I don't say this exclusively of the arts, I think it's also true of science and of maths, but I say about the arts particularly because they are the victims of this mentality currently, particularly. The arts especially address the idea of aesthetic experience. An aesthetic experience is one in which your senses are operating at their peak, when you're present in the current moment, when you're resonating with the excitement of this thing that you're experiencing, when you are fully alive. An anesthetic is when you shut your senses off and deaden yourself to what's happening. And a lot of these drugs are that. We're getting our children through education by anesthetizing them. And I think we should be doing the exact opposite. We shouldn't be putting them asleep. We should be waking them up to what they have inside of themselves. But the model we have is this. I believe we have a system of education that is modeled on the interests of industrialism and in the image of it. I'll give you a couple of examples. Schools are still pretty much organized on factory lines, ringing bells, separate facilities, specialized into separate subjects. We still educate children by batches. We put them through the system by age group. Why do we do that? Why is there this assumption that the most important thing kids have in common is how old they are? It's like the most important thing about them is their date of manufacture. You know what I mean? Well, I know kids who are much better than other kids at the same age in different disciplines, or at different times of the day, or better in smaller groups than in large groups, or sometimes they want to be on their own. If you're interested in the model of learning, you don't start from this production line mentality. It's essentially about conformity, and increasingly it's about that as you look at the growth of standardized testing and standardized curricula. And it's about standardization. I believe we've got to go in the exact opposite direction. That's what I mean about changing the paradigm.
What's going on, everyone? It's Nita Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Wednesday. This is not breaking the narrative because I had a cancellation of a big guest. So I figured we'd chill out tonight. We'd just, hang back, chill out, talk about a few things that are going on in the world. By the way, we are live on Rumble as well. So if you're interested in checking out Rumble, the link is in the pinned comment. So if you want to watch over there, you can go ahead. I have sent the link to several people, but there's a lot going on tonight. It's Cecil's birthday. First of all, can we all acknowledge that it's Cecil's birthday? And he's getting one more year older. I mean, he survived this long. I cannot believe it. So happy birthday, Cecil, if you're watching or wherever you are. I wish Cecil all the best. So he and Nick and Camelot and a whole bunch of other people are heading out to Matsuri. And so it's a little bit of a hectic evening. And so I sent the link to a few people. If they can make it, great. If not, it will be just us. And that's totally fine, because I have some stuff I want to talk to you guys about. It will be all good. What's going on, Rumble? I see you over there. Good to see Rumble people in the chat as well. Thank you, Saw One. It's always nice to start a stream with a compliment. That is very sweet. Thank you. Yeah, one more year of 39 for Cecil. That is definitely a thing. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's good advice. That's good advice. I hope you guys are doing well over there in the chats. I have had a week / weird a couple days. I wasn't feeling too well on Monday, so I had to cancel talks like them, unfortunately. It's just been like a really weird several days, and just going through some personal things. But also on Twitter, I feel like it's been extra wild out there than usual, because you see certain things happen, and then you're like, oh my god, what do I gotta step my foot in this whole thing again. And 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 just just trying to let that be. And that I know I'm not even probably making any sense. I just don't even really want to talk about it, but people on Twitter are nuts. That's basically the short end of it. Zero Smoke. Hey Nina, did you get your copy of Ice on 2 yet? No, I have not. I'm waiting. I also haven't got my copy of, oh my god, I was gonna call it the Blue Ball book, but that is not what it's called. That is not what it's called. It's called, oh my god, it's Drunk 3PO's book. Please, somebody help me out in the chat with this title, because it's not the Blue Ball book. Anachromatic Chronicles or something like that. I forget what it's called. Why am I calling it Blue Balls? Yeah, the blue book. That one. I still haven't gotten that either. People are nuts. Yeah, and it's only freaking Tuesday. This is the reason I keep calling it the Blue Ball book, because everywhere I went, and I was in like whenever I was looking at the chat, especially Jay's chat, literally like the entire chat is blue balls, and I'm like, so I remember the book as Blue Ball book. Yes, Achromatic Chronicles. Thank you. That is the actual title. Achromatic Chronicles Blue is what it's called. So I'm still waiting for that, and I'm still waiting for what's it called? I'm still waiting for ISOM 2. Oh my god. Yeah, it's Wednesday. God, I'm doing this show. This is what's going on with me, apparently. My brain is just, it's gone. The brain is no longer there. Loathe. Yeah, it's Wednesday. That's why we're doing this show. Hey, it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me, okay? Grumpy is also a day behind, apparently. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. My goodness. Oh my gosh. I've never been a huge Addams Family fan. Like, it's like, I like it. It's fun, but I've never been like a giant Addams Family fan. I'm not enough to cosplay it. But Wednesday to remember Wednesday, that's funny. That's funny. It is Wednesday, and honestly, it feels like a Monday. It's Wednesday, but it feels like a Monday, and that's okay. I wanted to start the show, by the way, by telling everybody to go and retweet me. And I'm not saying this because I want to get paid on Twitter. I do not have the subscription thing yet for Twitter, so I'm not getting paid for any of this. um and so I want everyone to go and retweet this because I think that it would be a really cool thing if it happens. And that is this tweet here, because Zuby tweeted out, recorded 2 awesome podcasts today, 2 more tomorrow. And Roseanne Barr replied to him and said, be on mine. And I thought that was really cool. I'm like, what a cool invite. So I said, hey, Roseanne, I'm a small content creator. And of course, I'd love to be on your podcast, which I would because it's Roseanne. And I love Roseanne. I've always loved her show. I'm a big fan. But I recommend you look into inviting Chrissy Mayer. She's a hell of a lady comedian and has been canceled a few times for standing up for what is right, especially during the coup. So I would love if people went over and retweeted this and like the post and get Roseanne's attention, because I think that if this post kind of like gets way more likes and retweets, maybe Roseanne will pay attention to it and be like, maybe I should invite this Chrissy Mayer. Who is this Chrissy Mayer? We want Roseanne to check out Chrissy. So let me see. Copy link to tweet. I'm going to drop this in the chat right now. Link to tweet. Go and like and retweet it if you guys are on there. I mean X post it. Exit. X post. Post X. X post this. Here it is on Rumble. Like or link to tweet. Here it is on Rumble. Kevin says, Eisen 2's on the way. Be here by Friday. Hey, Flood. What's up, Flood? I see you in Rumble. What's up? Oh, I see you on YouTube too. What's up, bro? How's it going? What's going on? Flawed, Flawed. I love Flawed. I love Flawed and his I'm not sure if it's his wife, but his girl, his lady. They have such a great channel and they listen to cool music and they're just freaking awesome. I created a little short based on the based on the show that we were doing together on Breaking the Narrative on my Wednesday show the last time, and I posted that on Twitter, and that's how it went crazy, and all the Eric July haters came out. We're like, I hate Eric July. And I was like, all right, that's cool. We know. Oh, okay. Hold on. Vlad is saying something. Basically, the wife, 14 years. That's amazing, dude. That's freaking fantastic. That's awesome. Everybody needs to go and sub to Flawed and his lady. Oh my God, people were nuts. Flawed, do you want a link? If you want a link, you are more than welcome to come and hang out with me because I'm flying solo tonight. Let me see if I'll send you the link. If you can't hop on, it's totally fine. If you want to hop on, you can. But yeah, people are really mad. Nina, what should I draw? Ooh, that's an interesting question. You should draw. You should draw. You should draw. I don't know. What do you like? You should draw. You should draw Wonder Woman saving a turtle. Turtle love. I don't know why. I just came up with that. Or you can draw a drunk banana, because that would be kind of funny. And your name is Drunk Banana. So there you go. Hey, what's going on, girl? Oh, thanks. Thanks. It's good to see you. You had a really amazing picture the other day. I saw you dressed up as a witch, and I was like, it's totally not Halloween yet, but I'm really feeling this right now because I like the heat around here is next level. It's next level. Okay. Let's start over here. I have things to talk about. Let's do a Lizzo update because there's a Lizzo update. Oh my God, Elsa Barrett. Wow. I'm not highlighting that, but okay. Let's see. There's a Lizzo update. Lizzo. So much Lizzo. There's a lot of Lizzo. So fired when they get fat. Allow me a moment to laugh at this headline. Fired when they get fat. Lizzo faces accusations from 3 more dancers. Dun, dun, dun. Because that's that's the world we live in today. We live in a world where this lady here, this lady right here, that she fat shaming women. Wait, I mean wait, that was good. That was a good shot. Okay, this lady here, she's fat shaming people. That's the world that we're living in. Well, I mean, I guess like allegedly, right? Allegedly, because it's not really true yet. Maybe it's all speculation and it's fat on fat crime. Okay. Oh, that got me a little too. Okay. Look, there's a lot of fat phobia going on from Lizzo. Okay. So here we go. She's not feeling good as hell. That's the name of her song. Lawyers representing 3 of Lizzo's former dancers claimed Tuesday they are reviewing 6 new complaints against the About Damn Time singer, who has already been accused of sexual harassment, body shaming, and creating a hostile work environment. So 3 more complaints, or like 6 more complaints, in addition to the 3 that were already a thing. According to the attorneys, the complaints came from people who toured with Lizzo 35, as well as some who worked on her Amazon Prime Video show, Lizzo's Watch Out for Them Big Girls. Watch out for the big girls. Employment. Oh, wait, somebody's popping in here. Who's it? Oh, it's Vlad. Hey,
What's
Vlad.
good, yo?
What's up?
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm definitely good. Yeah.
About Lizzo.
This is Lizzo you're talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about Lizzo and how 6 more new complaints.
She's a predator.
She calling people fat, bro. Like,
Yo, honestly, I'm not surprised about nothing I could tell. Anyone who like commands that much attention and like always trying to make other people feel bad about the way they're talking and all these things, there's definitely she had issues. I knew it. She's hiding something, deflecting.
Always. See, the most virtuous people, most virtuous people are the ones that have the most to hide. And usually that's the case. And also, like, she's so holier than thou. Like, she's always like, oh, I'm just like greatest thing ever. And I don't make music for white people. And like, this
she
and
said
that and the other. Yeah, she did say that.
My bad. There's food in the background. She's cooking in the background. So it may be kind of loud.
So she is a wife. She's cooking in the
everything.
background. She does everything.
She's perfect. Keeps the house clean, make sure I'm in good spirits. She's very positive. She is. She really is.
Wow. Tell her to come say hi when she's done cooking.
Babe, come say hi now. Come say hi now.
Wow, that was very manly of you.
Yeah. And she came over too. But she looked at me
Come
like
say hi now.
Okay.
Sit on my lap, baby girl.
Hi, Nina.
Girl, I gotta have her on. I want to have
You can whenever
her
you want.
on the show.
She's streaming now herself.
Message me on Twitter.
I will. I
Okay.
will.
What is that on your face?
I cut onions. My eyes are killing me.
I hate onions.
Oh my god. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
bad.
No, it's all good. That. She's like an onion.
She literally has mascara, whatever that is, eyeliner running down her face.
Oh my god, I would kill you. I'd be like, you fucker.
I just made her do on our stream. So we have that wheel back there behind us. We set it up so when we get $100 donations, we spin the wheel and we have like competitions on it, and we have like dance competitions and things like that. The one we just did was we have like a thing you put around your head and it has a ball on it and you box it. So the first person to get to 5 wins. You can hit it 5 times in a row. And then she lost, so she had to do a punishment, and she had to pretend to be one of those NPCs for 30 seconds straight. And
the ones that are like, ooh,
yeah,
like those ones.
Yeah, she had to take spotlight and then pretend to be Nick Cage. She was like saying Nick Cage slogans for 30 seconds straight.
Oh my god, that sounds like so much fun. See, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah. You guys need to subscribe to Flawed. Like, it's actually a freaking it's a gong show over there. It's great. Like sometimes I lurk in your chat and I'm like, this is freaking hilarious. Ridiculous. I love it.
It's like it's a train wreck.
Raking at night.
Raking at night is better. Call them that. You're right. Raking at night is much better.
Raking at night. Raking at night. I'm terrible at reading.
I like
everything.
I like it better.
Raking Knight, thank you for the 5 Rumble rant. Says Glizzy King.
Yeah, see, that's why you should have called him Raking Knight. Raking at night, because he coming in here talking at.
I don't like it. Okay, hang on. Oh my god, I had to mute myself because I was listening to myself. Okay. All right. So according to the attorneys, the complaints came from people who toured with Lizzo, 35, as well as some who worked on her Amazon Prime video show, Lizzo's Watch Out for Big Girls. Employment law attorney Ron Zambrano told NBC that several of the complaints detail a sexually charged environment. No shit.
What did you think?
No, I mean, it's Lizzo.
Look at her. Look how she dresses, bro. She went to that basketball game with nothing on, basically. Like,
getting on that plane. Did you see her getting on that plane with her, literally mooning the entire world with her giant moon?
That's normal for her.
Yeah.
She twerked while she was playing James Madison's flute.
Yep, she did.
Yeah.
She did. And I was like, I really wish that she would have just played the flute.
Yeah, she's a good musician, man. She's a good artist. Like, she can sing, she can rap. She's a
great artist.
Stuff, but
it's
she's
really
just
sad.
Trash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's really sad. While others simply accusing the singer of not paying them. Now, that's a new one. I didn't know that. That is weird. Why isn't she paying people? That's just a weird thing. Some of the claims we are reviewing may be actionable, but it's too soon to say, they told the outlet. According to Zambrano, the body positive pop star once called out a dancer's weight at South by Southwest during a post-show meeting. I mean, again, come on. Come on, Lizzo.
She's bigger than everybody else.
The plaintiff's attorney claimed that Lizzo told the employee that it was that it was normal for dancers to be fired when they get fat. I mean, what? Okay, what is the standard weight for Lizzo? Like, I'm just really confused.
You have to be above 300. You hit 295, you're out of there.
Right. Okay.
You either morbidly obese or skinny.
Do they have do you think they weigh each dancer every time
Probably
they're about to
on a cow scale?
Yeah, like a cow scale.
As soon as right at the door. Tryouts, get on the scale.
Oh my god, I'm totally imagining one of those cow scales, for reals. The Post reached out to Zambrano and Lizzo for comment. Allegations against the singer first shocked fans last week when 3 dancers accused the Detroit native of forcing them to participate in lewd sex shows and commenting about the dancer's weight in front of a group Plaintiffs Ariana Davis and Crystal Williams also claimed that the songstress fired them. Noel Rodriguez, the third person in the case, said she reportedly had to resign. I mean, gross. Look at her. She's so, she's just so like.
It kind of seems like weird that everyone's piling on at the same time. It seems like
It
maybe
does.
it's just her time, but I get it as well. If it's true, then it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
can't say
it
it's
does.
not true.
It does feel a little bit weird. Like it's like is it
Just one
almost?
thing after it's like Me Too almost, like for her.
Yeah,
for
it's
singers.
almost as if like maybe there's a little bit of like, oh, let's just get her because now we
pettiness
can.
going on, but
Yeah.
probably all these things probably are true, but they probably
Yeah.
didn't have a problem with it until. One
But I
person
mean,
said
all
something,
these bitches
waterfall.
can be piranhas too. Like they
Yeah.
they see like there's blood in the water and they're like,
Absolutely.
let's go. Like this is our chance.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's see.
That's
Then
probably more likely than anything else because that just happens every chance it can happen.
Yeah, I
But-
think so.
She probably did say eat that banana out the vagina. So
I think so too. Let's see. The several complaints detail sexually charged environment, blah, blah, blah. All three dancers alleged that in February 2023, Grammy Award winner invited them to the team for a night out in Europe that went south. It went south, all right, with a banana. Things quickly got out of hand, and Lizzo began inviting cast members to take turns touching the nude performers, catching dildos launched from the performers' vagines.
women are so talented.
I know, right?
That's like-
dude,
That's a special power.
ping pong balls, like I mean, all sorts of stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
heard about the ping
or
pong
so I've
balls.
heard. I mean, I don't have that talent personally.
You don't know. You don't know until you try it. You know. Me and
Okay, I've
Mom might have
never
to test
tried it.
out on camera.
I've never tried it. And
But you live
eating
in Mexico,
Oh, I do.
and
do.
they got some crazy stuff going on down there.
They do got some crazy stuff
Yeah,
going
I
on
heard some
down there.
stuff.
Like, well, the Tijuana Donkey Show.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
namely.
thinking.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
You know, I never knew what it was until somebody on YouTube named Culture Casino taught me about it. And I was like, my God. Like,
Yeah, that's right.
because he was all, are you going to one? And I was like, the hell are you talking about? Like, we don't have that here. And to be fair, that is a very like
Niche.
Tijuana thing. Like, it's not anywhere else, like nowhere else in Mexico.
But it's like when it has a name around a whole nother country, it got to be
Mhm.
lit. Something got to be going on in there.
I mean,
Maybe not
it's
lit
some-
for me, but lit when it's. I guess people enjoy it. They're
You know,
still in
Gary
business.
Gary from Nerdrotic told me that he went to one, and this is public information, so it's fine. But he said that he went to one, and he was like, it was like the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. He was like, I was very depressed afterwards.
Yeah, that's like life changing experience for sure. That's
Yeah, it's
not
like you
something people should
want to go.
witness.
You're like, you're so curious, and then you're like, I'm really sad. I wish I hadn't come to
Yeah,
this.
that's like I hate watching like videos of people getting hurt or dying because I feel like that's the same type of energy that would come from that show. Like seeing someone
100%.
die.
It's
Yeah.
really gross. It's
Yeah.
just next level. But
Not
these
supposed to
bitches
happen.
are really gross too because they're doing stuff with bananas protruding from their vagines.
It's not a disease.
And then Davis claims that Lizzo also pressured and goaded her to touching the performer's breasts. I mean, come on, who cares?
just
Like,
don't do it.
you just don't do it. Like,
I don't get that.
I mean, I don't get that either. I don't see why these women have to do everything.
Yeah,
And
just
then
say no.
I guess it's really hard for women to say no,
I can see that.
especially when
can
in
see
like when places of power become a thing.
And it's
'Cause I think
another
this is-
woman who's like way more has a high status. That's like women usually defend each other, but in that situation, who are you going to complain to? It's another woman who has way more influence. You can be like, oh, this person is just a petty,
Exactly.
disgruntled employee, and people will believe it.
Well, I mean, that's what she's calling them all now.
Yeah.
She's all, oh, they're all disgruntled, and you know, they're all after me, bro. Like I didn't do anything.
Yep.
And then apparently there was one more detailed. All three were suing for general and special damage as well as punitive damages. And then it says there was something else though. It says the last few days. Okay. There was
She said it's
something
false?
else. Oh, this.
Did she admit to
The
banana
dancers
thing?
also claimed that that the singer tricked them a month later into attending a nude performance, robbing them of a choice not to participate.
She's
so
a
that-
savage. What is going on, man?
See, that's the part that I'm like, wait, because you're like, well, why couldn't they just say no? And I'm like, well, apparently
Yeah,
they
no,
didn't
you're
have a
locked in here.
choice.
You're not leaving until you watch this show.
Well, dude, apparently, like I
That's
heard that
crazy.
that was actually part of the lawsuit, like something like it was called like wrongful imprisonment or something like
Yeah,
that.
that
And I was like,
happens. Yeah, that's what I was trying to
like,
say.
what?
I said that when I saw that. Like, you don't have to do much besides like not let someone leave for it to be like wrongfully imprisoned. You don't got to like kidnap or not. You can just be like, nope, you're not leaving. Just hold the door as a joke, and they could feel offended by that and call. So you can't like you
Wow.
can't be obstructing people's like rights as a human.
Right. Yeah, which apparently she did. But I mean, I'm
Yeah.
interested in seeing where this goes. This is definitely like, I mean, this
She's
is.
gonna pay them, and they'll be done.
You
I
think that that's what's
I
gonna
think they want
happen?
money. Yeah, I think they just want money. That's it. But
I mean,
I
usually
want money
money's
too.
all
If you
they-
got me eating bananas out of vaginas, I'm not doing that for sure.
I know it's like, why aren't we being paid more for this?
Yeah, some random chick in another country, like nah.
It's
like-
in some instances apparently they didn't get paid anything at all. Like
Yeah, she
for
didn't
the
even
work
pay him.
of it.
She didn't even pay him. She just like eat this banana and shut up. Dance on stage with me.
Oh my god, they didn't even apparently get paid for like dancing for her. Like that's messed up.
Damn.
It's like that's just called slavery, Lizzo. Like, what are you doing, girl? What is happening?
And she's like the biggest victim in like the news for the past 2 years. One of the biggest victims.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone-
she's constantly like, black people are
Yeah.
enslaved. The white
It's
man
ironic.
just enslaving us, and then she's enslaving
Com-
black women.
She's literally enslaving people. Yo, this chick is wild, man. Wild. I want to see where it goes to.
I know. I'm excited to see where it goes. I mean, I'm almost just I'm not almost. I'm rooting for this to be a trial, and I
Yeah,
want
it
it to
should
be
be
a
huge.
public
The
trial.
TV
I
should
want
cover it.
Nick to watch
Yeah,
this.
Yeah.
Like,
This should definitely be huge.
this
It
would be
should,
amazing.
But it probably won't.
I know.
She'll probably settle it.
She's gonna settle. Like, there's
Yeah.
no way this is gonna go to court.
Yeah. But she's calling them liars, so it's still going to somehow be news. Someone's going to.
Oh,
Call
of
it out.
course. Russell, of course you would. Of course you would eat the banana.
I would eat the banana
Of course you would.
out of a rando. I don't think I would do it with Mo. I'm not going to lie. That's just, I don't like mixing food. Mm-mm.
Oh, really? Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Because, it's just there's some foods that are okay. I feel like
Steak.
strawberry ice, like strawberry with like fudge, like strawberry hot
Really, though?
fudge or something
Like, but-
like
in a woman's lower half.
not in it, like on the body, okay,
Okay, yeah, then I'm down with that. Yeah, but
Yeah,
as soon
yeah.
as it starts mixing with the liquids, nah, that's flavor.
No. Okay, just like on the body, like on
I'm
the
for that.
breasts, and like just the foreplay. Like I think
Yeah.
that's fine. But whenever like things are like going in and coming out,
Yeah,
like
it gets
no.
weird to me. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that seasoning. I'm good. I'll pass
Oh
on that.
my god. I mean,
I'll
they do
pass.
say spice is life, but I don't know if that spice is life. Like, oh my god.
Camelot probably
DL,
take
thanks
it.
for the $1.99. I heard Lizzo's going to perform in Tijuana. Ew!
She's gonna hold the
Oh.
donkey dick.
She's gonna take her performance and make
direct
him
it.
do it.
Yeah,
in there.
There's a mic during the show. Flawed picture
God,
banana
so
slices
gross.
between toes. I didn't. Liar.
What?
Liar. In the chat, Chad said flawed pictured banana slices between toes. That didn't happen.
Oh my god.
Never happened. That's slander.
There's a lot of rumors out there about you.
There's so many rumors out there about me, bro. And it's like they just get more and more elaborate, and there's no way I can defend them because it's like they're piling on. You know what I mean? I don't even know
Yeah,
what
I
to do
mean
about
it's
it.
just it's kind of
I'm
nuts.
Lizzo.
You kind of
I'm
are
Lizzo.
the skinny Lizzo.
I'm on Lizzo's side now, actually.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
now I know what it feels like to be her.
Well, speaking of rumors, that was actually going to be a big part of my show tonight. If you're
Okay.
sticking around, we can
Well, I'm
go
probably
into this
not.
next
I'm just waiting
topic.
for my food to finish, but
Okay, that's
she's
fine.
not up here right now, so I got a few minutes.
Okay, but
But have
before
me
it's
back
over,
on, though. I'm down.
okay, let's start it, and then I mean, at
Okay.
least you can know about it, and then because you're gonna be like, I'm interested
Okay.
right after this, and you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna go watch these videos because this is amazing.
Okay.
But have you heard of what's going on with Brittany Venti?
No.
Okay, because Brittany Venti said, like, I mean, I was just like, dude, somebody called 911 because there's been a freaking murder. Brittany just killed somebody with this video. There is like some massive murders going on over here. And I didn't even know who this guy is. Okay. It's this dude here.
Rolo Tomasi.
Rolo Tomasi. That's right.
Yeah.
The father of the red pill.
Yeah.
So she made a couple videos and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, so let me just kind of preface this with saying that I didn't know who this guy was. I didn't know who this guy was because I didn't like I thought I'm a married woman. I'm a happily married woman.
Most women probably don't know who he is.
Yeah, I mean, but like just generally speaking, like I didn't know at all about the Manosphere. Like I didn't even know the Manosphere was a thing until I basically became a YouTuber and I met Brittany and I met Chrissy and everyone like that. And the girls that were kind of like in that world. And I figured out, and I just like learned about Andrew Tate and then you learn about Fresh and Fit and you learn about, the big ones. And of course, Jack Murphy was one of the biggest ones that,
I didn't know about him. But
I didn't know about him either, but I came into this this thing and this thing happened. And I was just like, what the hell is this? And like people were like the Luminal Order and as a bunch of dudes doing weird shit together. I don't know, whatever. Like
you're right. You're right, because he's a weirdo, Jack Murphy. That's wild.
He is really weird. And so it actually got me started to think because I was like, okay, the Manosphere is a really weird situation because me being a woman and an OG feminist. That's right. I'm an OG feminist. I'm going to say it. I don't even give
I could tell. You didn't even need to say that. I already knew. I know
OG
a woman's a feminist.
feminist.
I think all women are feminists, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, OG, I'm OG, man. I'm from Iran. Like, we had to fight for our rights, I
think it's impossible for a woman not to be a feminist.
I agree.
I don't think it's in them to not. I think if they aren't, if they're not, they're pretending.
That's true.
They're suppressing their inner feminist. I really believe that. If women
I kind of agree with you. I think we all have it. Like we have a little bit of feminism in us. And I'm an OG, man. I grew up in Iran. My mom was OG feminist. I grew up with feminist, things in my head. But my point in all of this is that these movements, these giant movements, feminism, the civil rights movement, all of these giant movements at some point get invaded, corrupted.
Yep.
They get infiltrated. Now, usually, sometimes it's not sometimes. Most of the time, it's government infiltration because it's because it needs to be infiltrated. Yes. Yeah. There's too much leg under it. There's too much momentum. Things happen and the government needs to control it. I think to some extent the Manosphere is like that as well because and I don't know if it's actual government. I'm not calling anybody a Fed or anything like that. I don't know yet. I don't know enough about it, but I think as a movement in general, I think it's a really big thing because what's happened is you have basically a generation of young men that are being told that A, women are bad, that B, that men don't need women. And and these kind of really just very immature mentality and just going on and on about having multiple partners all the time, not giving a shit about the female's body counts because it doesn't matter. You're gonna have your own, and you're not gonna want to marry anybody. These kind of ideas are, in my opinion, a very just bad. Oh, and we have another lovely guest, and she's also a feminist. I know. She gave me the look like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's Anna.
I'm here for this conversation. These are my favorite conversations.
What's up, Anna?
Hello.
No, we were just saying that I was saying I'm OG feminist because
I didn't say anything yet. I haven't said anything.
Flawed said that women all have a little bit of feminist in them.
I think they have a lot of. I think women are 100% feminist.
Wow.
And I think that they're suppressing their feminists at all times if they're against feminism, because I do think they're inherently feminist.
Every individual person's definition of a feminist is.
I just think So for feminism, I just think it's exactly what feminism pushes is that women are the equal to men, which they're not. Women can do the same things as men, which they can't, which means that they're not equal automatically, but women are raised to believe that, and so aren't men. I think there's men with feminism in them now. I believe that. But I think that it's not reality, and I think that it's the detriment to the society completely. That type of thinking, I think it is.
I mean, but that's
because men,
you're talking more neo-feminism though, Flawed.
I'm talking about feminism, period.
Because
all forms of it.
This is what I'm talking about. This is why feminism has it's a spectrum. Because the OG feminism that I'm talking about, all it was talking about was basic human rights. Like basically, we just need the freedom of choice of wanting to get out of the house without a permission of a man. That's basically basic stuff, like very basic.
I don't think that's the case, though. I think
not anymore. It's not anymore.
Okay, so I don't think that's feminism.
That has changed.
I don't think that's feminism at all. I think that's maybe women suffrage, and I think that people wanted equal rights, civil rights for everybody. But I think feminism is feminizing everything. I don't think it's just women need rights. Like, that's just civil rights, I believe. But feminism as a whole spectrum is pro-woman, and it tries to bring men down to the same level as women and bring men up or bring women up in certain places that they shouldn't be. And I think everyone has different levels, and I just think it's impossible.
Yes.
Completely. Like, when did it start? When did that start?
Like right after the movement got corrupted, basically. That's when it started.
I think it was before that. I think that was the whole point. Yeah, I think that was the entire point. I think that's
you
how
don't think that,
point.
but you don't think that the OG thing started out as a sentiment of actually giving women the rights.
But is that feminism or is that just equal rights for everybody?
That's just equal rights, but I mean, it was under the guise of feminism, though.
Feminism is anything you could do, I could do. That's what that is. That's equal outcome.
Equal outcome, right?
And that's what feminism was pushing. Less work, bring women up to have it accommodates the country for women, which is not what I think should happen, because that's how you end up where you're at right now, where people nothing's based on merit,
so
everything's based on emotion.
All women feel this way?
Yeah,
deep
down. I think if it comes down to it, women will always resort to their women nature every single time. I witnessed it with every woman I've ever met.
My speakers are going out, so I can't. If I turn it up, then it like squeaks. So can you repeat yourself one more time?
I said I think women are 100% feminists. I think every single one of them are that, and no matter what, at some point they will resort to their feminine ways, to their feminist ways. If they get backed into a corner, it will be, I'm a victim. Why are you doing this to a woman? Every time. Every single time, no matter what. If you're overpowered in a conversation, it'll be, this nigga's a misogynist. This nigga, it always turns into not the argument anymore, and people, the person.
Do you think
every
that
single
happens
time.
more when it's a woman talking to a man, or when it's women on women?
I think women talking to men. Just in anything that they can exploit, they exploit when it comes to gender. I really
That's interesting, because I've noticed that about men also.
You can say that, but that's not true. You can say that all you want, but it's not true on a grand scale. It's absolutely not. There's no laws that are accommodating for men right now. It's only for women. You can say that all you want, but legislation is different. Not just movements and cultures. Movements and cultures can be ignored, but legislation is for women.
Legislation-wise, I'm not
arguing.
arguing.
The foundation of the country.
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I'm not arguing that. I'm talking about philosophically, like.
Well, doesn't matter.
Like just existing. Like, I think.
See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. And logically, though, in this country, everything is laws. Everything is based on laws. Everything is based on actual, like, the work that you put in, you get back out. That's what this country is based on. And that's what's destroying everything, is that people are entitled. People feel like they're automatically victims. These things are the things that are destroying the country, not just, oh, manosphere exists, oh, feminists exist. It's like the legislation that gets pushed because women are being accommodated and because men are so much further in the places that matter, that it holds men back, and now men have to slow up while women speed up, and there's no control, there's no nothing. And then when men start noticing that, then women are like, manosphere's bad. And it's like, it's the same thing that's been happening for decades for women. Women say that they haven't needed men for years. Women grow up now and think, men ain't shit, men aren't necessary until they need a man for something. If someone
But
breaks
that's
in the
why
house,
I think that both movements are incorrect.
I don't think they are.
What,
I think,
so you
I think it's
that,
a response to feminism. I think manosphere is a response to feminism.
But like, you can't fight fire with fire, Flawed.
Well, what's the fire? What's the fire on the manosphere side? Tell me that. What's the detriment on the manosphere side? How? What? That's the exact opposite.
Yeah,
Andrew Tate's the fire?
People like Andrew Tate, or people like
See, that's
Jack
feminism
Murphy
right there.
That we just
Jack Murphy's not
spoke
even.
about.
Jack Murphy isn't Andrew
Jack
Tate.
Murphy's people like Jack Murphy are 100%
But he's not Andrew
fire.
Tate.
They're
Him and
like
Andrew Tate are
letting
two different people. And Jack Murphy fucks college kids in the ass.
Oh my God.
That's a totally different thing. Andrew Tate is not that. Andrew Tate says get up and go to work and do what you're supposed to do. Maybe in the past.
Andrew Tate likes to psychopathically manipulate men and women
How do you know
doing
that? How do you
different
know that?
things.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Because of all the different things he's talking about. No. I've listened to his words. I've listened to the words coming out of his mouth.
Have you heard what I said on camera?
Yes.
And you look at me like I'm normal. Everyone should subscribe to me, but not Andrew Tate. I say crazier things than Andrew Tate on a daily basis. I mock the things that he says. I say all types of crazy shit, but people still want me to be subscribed. Subscribe.
Sorry, what was that, Anna?
I said I think I came into the wrong conversation.
I think you came into the right one. This is the perfect conversation to have.
This is such a good conversation.
Not for me.
This is my favorite. Why not?
I have zero interest in this topic.
But we were gonna talk about Anna. We were gonna talk about this was a lead up to what Venti did, which was expose one of the Manosphere dudes.
Rolo, I don't fuck with, so that makes sense.
Oh, I watched this video earlier while I was doing my makeup, and I couldn't stop laughing.
It was funny.
Wearing highlighter today. I had to wipe it off because my wing went out here.
Which one did you watch, Anna? Did you watch the first one or the second one?
The most recent one that she posted about on Instagram today.
Okay, yeah,
that showed that she was the one that made the email.
Yeah, that's this one here. So basically, originally she came out with a video where this dude was, saying stuff about her, being like, addressing a super chat about her. And then she decided to make a follow-up video after her and Lauren Southern decided to, basically kind of
this is the Lauren Southern situation. Okay. I see what's happening here. Okay.
So this got really out of hand because I was like, what the hell is going on? I mean, I didn't even know this dude. I was like, what the hell? But he's
cringe.
But that's what I'm saying. Flawed. This is what I'm talking about.
But he's not the Manosphere. He's one guy.
Cringe. He calls himself the father of the Manosphere.
That doesn't make him anything. I call myself a lot of things. That doesn't really make him anything. Just because people say things. That's what I'm saying. Like culture can be ignored.
People call you a hot dog eater.
Yeah, exactly. That's 100% right. I don't like
something about hot dogs.
Fantastic.
I'm not. It's not true. That's not true.
You've never had like a hot dog at a baseball game? They're so good.
No. I like hot dogs, but I'm not like obsessed with them.
Dude, I honestly think they're my favorite food. Like whenever somebody asks me, they're like, "What's your favorite?" Like a hot dog. But
so you should be the glizzy king.
Specifically, Pink's hot dogs. And what did you say? Sorry.
I said you should be the glizzy king.
Yeah, that's his nickname, Anna. They call him the Glizzy King, and there's memes about it.
It's not a real
Okay,
thing.
I have to go get like other headphones because this is like in and out.
Go get it. Go.
I'll be right back. Sorry.
So professional, Anna.
I mean, yeah.
I love it. I know.
But yeah, he's a clown. Rolo is. Every time I hear Rolo talk, I'm like, this dude is.
But this dude,
he's cringe.
Flawed. This dude is charging $1,000 an hour to sit with a dude. This is what I'm talking about. There's men that manipulate other men. There is people like him.
But that's everyone in this world. I think everyone is manipulating everyone to an extent. And sometimes there's good manipulation, there's bad manipulation, but everyone's manipulating everyone.
Sure. I mean, so
unless you're
that's
recording
what women are doing
too.
too.
Yeah, so that's not the issue. That's what I'm saying. That's the issue that people are making. That's not the issue. The issue is the actual destruction of the country. That's the real issue. The issue that, you're making money off an audience. I don't care about that. Grift all you want. I don't fucking care about that. But if the people buy it, that's their fault. It's accountability of the man. Or of the woman. Either way.
Of people. Yeah. Which we don't seem to have a lot of. Like, there's no accountability ever.
That's the biggest issue because people say things like, you're manipulating young men and women. And it's like, these are adults. If I was going to jail and I got manipulated to go to jail, I'm going to jail regardless. That's why I think differently because I've been to jail and sat in front of a judge.
Some of them are kids, though. Some of them are not kids, but we're talking about 16, 17-year-old kids, man. That's
well, then
young.
Whose fault is that, though? Whose fault is that? That's the parents.
Parents?
That's not Rolo. That's not Andrew. That is the parents. That's the household again. And what is causing the parents not to care about the 16-year-old kid, what he's doing? That is what I'm saying. Once you become an adult, the accountability is yours, and hopefully your parents raised you the right way. But you can't watch everyone and hope everybody's parents are the perfect parents because you'll never be able to do that. It's like accountability for each person. You go to jail when you do crimes. You die when you risk your life and die. Like, no one else, what you drink doesn't make other people pee. It's all about accountability. And I think that is the thing that is going to fix the country. The thing that fixed my life and everyone I know is accountability every single time. That's why
I mean, that's true as for me too. Like,
I don't blame dealers. I blame addicts.
That's an interesting point. I mean, me too.
That's the winning formula. That's how you win. Everyone is an individual. You can't expect a person not to exploit someone when they're struggling. A drug dealer ain't got money, so he sells it to people who are gonna buy it. He's trying to make money. It is what it is. That's why the money part. That's why everything is so emotional. That's what I'm talking about. The feminization. People are like, oh, it's like the manosphere. I think there's a lot of cringe. The people who talk the shit don't live the shit, but the shit they're talking about, I think, could help. And the fact that it's even out there to help, maybe it won't help everyone, but it comes to the point where people are like, oh, we're trying to police what people are taking in, which is the same thing we're fighting right now with big tech. Like, let people talk, let people hear it. If people like it, they'll listen. And maybe everyone's not wrong. If everyone's flocking to a person and the media's telling you that person's bad, maybe just listen to the person, figure out why everyone is flocking to them. Because people make up all these different prescriptions that just aren't reality. Because I'm a grown-ass man. I'm a grown-ass man, and Andrew Tate, to me, is actually helping kids who were fucked up when they were 15, like me, when I was bugging out and didn't have parents and my father was nowhere to be found. The person like Andrew Tate right now, not Andrew Tate 5 years ago, but Andrew Tate right now is exactly what kids need to hear.
I disagree, but then again, that's because I think that Andrew Tate... Yeah, but then I think that Andrew Tate is a straight-up psychopath
because you're
liar.
A feminist.
No.
I'm
Because
telling you that's the reason.
And I'm telling you because you have
could be a psychopath. I could be a psychopath liar. Everyone could be a psychopath liar.
But you have the glasses on. You have rose-colored glasses, and you're seeing this guy through that tint.
Are you sure? Because I used to be a fentanyl addict. Are you sure I'm not seeing it more realistically? I used to do fentanyl and crack and built my life back up from there. So I don't think it's the rose-colored glasses. I think I know what I'm talking about. I've been through it. I was a 15-year-old boy who was getting girls pregnant. My mother was smoking crack. My father was gone. And I made it from there to here successfully. Been through a bunch of shit. Went to jail, fentanyl addiction, overdoses, all this shit. Are you sure it's rose-colored glasses and not reality?
You're saying, okay, so you're telling me that Andrew Tate helped you overcome that?
No, that's not what I said. I said it would help me when I was 15. See how you made a different argument?
No. I'm asking you to clarify.
But that's not even close to what I said.
No, I'm asking you to clarify. So what are you? What
I said exactly. I said when I was 15, a person like Andrew Tate right now, not 5 years ago, Andrew Tate right now when I was 15 would have helped me. That's exactly what I said. Would have helped you. Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
It would have been a message that was necessary. No matter where it comes from, you don't shoot the messenger. It's the message. It's the message.
What's that, Vanna?
Is my microphone going in and out?
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, it was? I didn't hear.
No, it's not going out. I can hear you. That's I was answering.
There's this like great, I don't know if it's supposed to be satire, but it's like How to Become a Cult Leader on Netflix. And some of the stuff you guys are talking about, it reminds me of that, the way that...
Ain't that what we're all trying to do?
Well, it's like Jim Jones and like Manson and how they try to be... They start off as like, they find somebody that's troubled and they inspire them, and it's just how they create their cult and get this whole loyal following.
It is what it is.
It's interesting
into this realm of the internet, but when people talk about it, it's like I pick up on the similarities that have to do with that.
That's going to be anything. Any one person who can control an audience is going to have the similarities. Artists.
Well, I think it has to do with what their end goal is. Like if you're just saying stuff and people like to listen to you, that's one thing. But like when your whole thing is to use people, so that way you're manipulating them on purpose. You want to get them as loyal as possible. I don't think so.
I think you would say that, but I think in reality that's what's happening because you have an audience who's paying. You can say I'm just saying things, but you have beliefs that you are actually putting into your content for sure. That's what everyone's doing.
I don't know.
But how's that manipulating
actual personal beliefs pretty hard? But I think based on what you just said about yourself, you seem a little bit jaded, which is why you have the strong opinion.
I think it's the opposite. I don't think I'm jaded. I think I'm hopeful. That's the thing. You're saying Manosphere is bad. I'm saying that it's not. I think I'm the hopeful one here.
I don't think I ever said that.
No, not you. Not you. I'm just saying.
I'm just outsider looking in. I'll go back to being quiet.
Oh
You don't
no!
have to be
Oh,
quiet.
no,
See, there we go. That's what I'm saying. Why would you go back to being quiet? Just have the conversation. That's emotional. That's where it goes every time. I'm argumentative because I'm passionate about the situation.
no,
But
I agree with
I'm gonna
Anna. I
have the
think you are
conversation.
jaded, and that's
This is why
fine.
no one has the conversation because immediately it's, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be a woman.
No. I'm
No,
not
no,
being
have the
quiet. I think
conversation.
Anna's right.
I'm
I
gonna be
think you are
quiet.
jaded, and that's fine. Like, being jaded is okay. That's
I don't think I'm jaded.
I don't think that has anything to do with
I
being
think it
a
does.
woman. My dad
I
is
think
a
it does.
huge pacifist, and I think this is just my dad and me coming
Okay,
out.
I'm not gonna talk about your dad, but I'm just saying. I think that's what women do. Women get quiet when things get hype.
Well,
I
that's
don't
kinda
know. I
like
can stand my own
Except for
ground
black women.
when things get heated, but
Liz.
Except for black women in airports.
Well, and Hispanic women and Italian women and we got
I mean, I see
Iranian
much more
women.
black people.
That's true. I mean, it's kind. I guess they've got a reputation like the angry black woman trope. I guess I don't know.
Trope? I grew up with them. Is it a trope?
I don't know, but
Is it
I
a
don't.
trope?
I guess I haven't known enough. I
Yeah.
haven't seen enough angry black women in real life.
It's a
Like
real
the only
thing.
thing I've
It's
ever
a real
seen it has
thing.
been like on TV. You know what
It's
I
a
mean?
real
Like I'm
thing.
just like okay. Like I guess
Have
they
you
get
ever
really
seen
bad.
like videos of just like little black kids like just getting cursed out by their parents? Like
Yeah,
it's 10
yeah.
times that. What they catch on camera, it's even 10 times worse than that.
That's the craziest part. But okay, so it's interesting to me though that you kind of differentiate the people in the manosphere. Like you think this Rolo guy is cringe, but Andrew Tate
but
is not.
he has
But
okay
this guy
messages.
is.
Because they're two different people.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, that's good that you
They're two totally different
differentiate
people.
though,
Of
because
course.
I mean we have to do that because that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that the manosphere not necessarily wasn't built upon being a bad thing. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's been co-opted by people like this Rolo dude, by people like Jack Murphy, by people like cringe people that are spitting these other kind of ideas that aren't good for men, that are they're
But
selling
what do you mean isn't good
lies,
for
they're
men?
selling manipulation.
Women can't know what's good for men. That's the thing that I don't understand because when women judge this, they always say, this is men shouldn't be doing this. Men shouldn't be doing this. This is not what a man is. Like, you don't
Okay,
know
I'll
what a
tell
man
you-
is.
I'll
you don't
tell
even know
you
how
what-
man functions inside.
Well, that is true. I don't, because
So
I'm
like
not a man. I'm a
to
woman.
say what's
But,
good or bad for a man is crazy because we haven't seen 20 years of this, the effect of this. Like we have feminism, which
But
we do know is
I'm
bad.
telling you, Flawed, right now, what is good for men and isn't is this. And I'll tell you this right now. It has nothing to do with the sex. It's with people. People in general. Both men and women get affected by this. And that is the divide. That men and women should be divided, should be
Who created it?
separated. Who created the divide?
Yeah. Were people married before
People in power.
feminism? Were people getting married before feminism and
Well,
staying
of
married?
course. Yes.
So who created the divide? The divide is, that's what I'm saying.
You could say men as well. Like you
Okay.
don't have to just
Okay,
say
there we
feminism.
go. The woman, no accountability for a woman. There we go. That's where it goes.
Because
It
men
goes
were
every
going
time.
around cheating on
Yep,
women all
okay.
the time. So
Okay.
medicating women. They
You
were
win.
doing all sorts of shit, dude.
You win.
That
You win.
you guys take no accountability for
You win.
either,
Yeah,
apparently,
yeah.
right?
Men don't take
Why do you
men
think
take all the
feminism was
accountability.
needed?
Men have been taking all the accountability for years. It's just recent
Why
that
do you
men are
thi-
even
why do you
pushing
think
back.
feminism- Yeah, but why
It's
do you think
just
feminism
recent.
was needed?
Feminism was needed, you said? It
Why
was
do
going
you
fine. It's
think it
destroying
was?
everything. It was never needed. It was never needed. That's what I'm trying to say.
So you think that for us to go from the 30s on, like there was no progression, no whatever, like that nothing was ever needed. Like women should
Well,
have
that's
just
what I'm saying.
been
Once women get equal
housewives
rights,
for the rest
once
of their
women
lives.
I don't. That's not what I said. Once women have equal rights, then we're good. But why it
Yeah,
continues
we
after
are.
that?
But
that's
why
what I'm
didn't
saying.
we? We never
Who
had
knows?
that,
Who
right?
knows? Because women are out of control once they get a taste of power. Who knows, bro? I
Dude,
don't
everybody's
know.
out of control when they get a taste of power. Look at this dude,
Okay.
this Rolo guy. Like,
Okay,
I mean, come
men had
on.
power the whole time, and then let women get equal rights. So does everyone get really crazy with control? Because if men had the power, and then women were able to step in and get power, is it really men who are not letting people get power? Is it men who are crazy when they get power? Because
Hey, they
niggas
had
gave
the
up power.
They had the
Okay,
power.
so there you go.
What's
Yeah.
that?
So is it men who go
quote
crazy
where
with
it's like
power?
when somebody
Hang
gets a taste of power, they'll never give it up, or something like that?
Absolute power absolutely corrupts.
No. It's another one. It's from a movie. I can't remember. Or
Star Wars.
No, it's probably from an episode of Star Trek. I just can't think of it. But
I never seen Star Trek.
as far as like the feminism thing, Blair White makes a really good point about how, well, more so like with the LGBTQ community, because their whole thing was that they wanted to be able to get married, right? Because that was basically the only right as a human being that they didn't have. And once they got the right to get married, now it's like, yay, because they had all that momentum. It's like, well, now what? Are the people that are in charge of that just going to disband and stop getting funding for all the things? So now they have to move on to something else. So I think feminism, or the feminist movement, I should say, not feminism as a your version or my version of it. I think that's different. I think the feminist movement is that's like a corporate entity
Yes.
in and of itself that they just, they're never going to stop because they want money, they want funding, they want popularity, they want power. So I think feminism and the feminist movement are two very different things. And I think we're arguing about the feminist movement, but saying feminism. So I
think feminism is the feminist movement.
I think it's part of it, but I don't think every single woman believes what the feminist movement wants them to believe. Like I was on whatever, and the one girl said that she's a feminist, and I was like, okay, well, do you believe this, this, and this? And she said no. And I'm like, well, that's what modern feminists claim that they believe and they're passionate about, but you don't believe that. So I think there's a huge disconnect there. What is that?
My bad. Dishes being done in my house because my wife knows her
I was
place.
like, what's going on?
My wife
No.
keeps shit in check because she knows what it is. We don't do feminism in this house.
Is your feminist wife finished making dinner for you yet?
Yeah, she has. She has. She's giving me attitude.
She's great.
I'm just joking. She would never.
She would never.
No.
Hang on
She's
a
very
second.
peaceful.
Valiant Renegade. I
Yeah.
see you in the chat, and I've sent you a link. If you want to come on, you can.
She's very nice.
Oh, well, that's good. She's a nice feminist, just like me.
Yeah. I tell her all the time she's a feminist, but I love her. I don't really have a problem with feminists. I have a problem like just with the country and then women denying it.
I have a problem with psychopaths. This is what I have a problem with. I have a problem with psychopathic people that corrupt movements, whether that's the manosphere, feminist movement, whatever. That is what I have a problem with. I have a problem with fakers. I have a problem with people like Jack Murphy, people like this dude right here, this Rolo weirdo. I think that those people, people like Lizzo, I think hypocrites and,
they destroy
psychopathic
everything.
people are destroying the society. And it doesn't matter whether it's, I'm not even talking about America, generally speaking. I'm talking about the world because it's everywhere. Canada, freaking, Mexico. I mean, that's just North America. I'm just naming North American countries.
I
But
agree.
you know what I'm
I
saying.
agree. I completely agree.
The Western culture in general, we are suffering right now because there's so many psychopathic people in places of power.
I really think what it is, that's part of it, but I really think what it is that niggas is bitches.
Wow,
I think that's
thanks
what it
for
is.
saying that on my channel, bro. Like,
I mean, I'm black.
You got the black card. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
I'm good.
It's in Minecraft.
Yeah, niggas
that's
is
right,
bitches in
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
that's right. That's right.
That Minecraft game that we all play avidly.
Yeah. There's a character named niggas is bitches.
Oh my God. Dara Booth over on Rumples for 5 says, Flawed, saw you comment on Sydney Watson's thing. Weird times indeed. What did you say on Sydney Watson's thing?
I said she's trash, basically.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's a liar. That's the type of person that makes me not like feminism. Like you just said, psychopaths co-opting it, like her. Like she's a fraud. She's a disingenuous fraud.
Why? I don't know enough about her to call her that.
Sydney, can I ask why you have that opinion on her?
Because I read her Blaze, the thing that she's suing the Blaze for. I read
The
whole
lawsuit?
thing. Yeah, that's feminist shit through and through.
She's okay. From what I remember, because it was a couple months ago, she's suing because she says Elijah was rude to her and
bitch shit.
Sexually harassed her.
And he liked being taller than her. He liked hovering over her and being tall. He brought people on that she didn't like. He gave her the opportunity to bring people on. She said no. And then she complained about guests. He said, I'm not going to pick any. And then she said, well, he left it all on me. Like, this chick is a fucking disingenuous piece of shit in reality. She's trash.
Wow.
She really is.
I don't
if
know
I had
enough.
to deal with that chick in person like that, on that level, there'd be a lawsuit against me too.
Oh, I don't know enough about that at all.
I'm just saying. I read the whole thing. She's trash. And then she has the nerve to spout anti-female shit like this. Yo, don't even get me started on that chick.
Okay, but to be fair, didn't Elijah also like have a lot of drama going on with other things? I mean, there's other women.
But is that in the Blaze thing? I don't care about that shit. I'm talking about Sydney Watson specifically. That's what I'm talking about. That shit has nothing to do with me. Her case with the Blaze, I had no problem with her. I actually was cool. I thought she was cool at first. The way she handled the Jack Murray situation, acted like it was nothing. And then after that was like, that shit was traumatic to me. And it's like, that's exactly what a woman does. They revert every single time. She's supposedly anti-feminist on all her content. She's trash. She's not real.
Wait, Ricada did a deep dive on it? I gotta catch this, man.
He
I didn't even watch that.
A whole lawsuit, and
I didn't even watch that.
She got mad at him for it.
She's a clout chaser.
I felt like I was the only one that disagreed with the Jack Murphy situation. And I was like, I think that they're both in the wrong. But
I mean, I don't think she was. I think Jack Murphy was 100% in the wrong. But yeah,
no, he was wrong for yelling at her. But I think more so, if you go back and you watch the stream when it happened, he answered the question. And if you're hosting a show and you can tell your guest is uncomfortable, like, and I use the example of like when my sister died, and I would tell people before, like, hey, there's going to be trolls in the chat. Can you please not bring it up? Because I don't want to have a breakdown on air, and I would say that. And then people that know me just know, hey, maybe I shouldn't bring this up. But so I said, if this was a sensitive topic, he should have, brought that up to them and said, hey, I have these trolls. They're going to bring this up. So,
but if it's facts and his whole thing is that he's a manly man and doesn't buy into all the emotional part of shit, then that shouldn't bother him. He should have stood up like a man and handled it. Instead, he acted like a woman.
I agree with you. But if you watch the whole stream, he does address it, and then she brings it up again, and that's when
the chat brought it up.
Well, she paid to. They did. But if you go and you watch it, they're like, oh, well, we have to read every super chat. I'm like, but you guys didn't read every super chat. I watched the whole stream.
So she actually provoked him.
That is okay. See that. To Anna's point, that was the only thing that was actually really fucking sketch for me, Flawed, because right after that, because when she did the video where she was like explaining like what happens, she said in her video that like on the show, we read every single super chat.
And they did.
And they didn't.
So Elijah will start at the end and she starts at the beginning, and they make their way to the middle, and that's how they do it. But they skipped I watched all the super chats come in before the video was private.
I sent one and it was not read.
Well, even like when I went on later and they didn't read like more than half of the super chat.
Yeah, I sent one for you and Chrissy and they never read it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I was like,
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Well, so that's grimy. Excuse, like I'm innocent because I have to do this. And typically I would say, yes, I understand. But even I've had guests on where somebody sends a really inappropriate super chat, and I'm like, thank you, I'm not reading that.
Yes. Yeah, but you say it, though. And you're like,
Yeah,
and usually you and I, like people like us, we do actually read all the super chats. For her to say, we read all the super chats, but then like they really don't, because
she was trying.
I literally was like, fucking, like, I sent the super chat. You never read my super chat.
When I watched, so I did a video on it, and I think I was the only one that was like, I wasn't on his side. I just said that they both fucked up. And I wasn't like 100% she's innocent, because I'm like, no, I watched the stream. People respond different ways to pressure like that.
Yeah.
She backed up and apologized. He got angry, and Elijah just was a deer.
Yeah, didn't do anything.
Elijah was like,
he sat there smiling, bro.
Well, my best friend
was funny to me.
My best friend was in medical school to be, a doctor, and so she had to take a psych class, and she was giving me one of her spiels years and years ago, and she explained the whole bear in the woods situation. So the whole concept is you're walking through the woods and you come face to face with like a giant bear, and most humans typically will respond in three ways: you scream, you freeze, or you run. And so I was like, Jack screamed, Sydney backed up and ran, and Elijah froze. That's really like the three. And I said that in my video, and Jack messaged me on Instagram, and he said, thank you for being fair. And then Sydney was like, I watched part of your video. Somebody sent it to me. I don't think it's helpful. And I was like, okay. And
wait, she said she didn't think it was helpful, you said?
Yeah.
Just reporting what happened and giving your opinion isn't helpful.
Well, she didn't watch the whole thing, but I think she didn't like the heat of the situation because then there was other stuff going on behind the scenes. Which,
But like you said, she read it, didn't have to. So
Yeah, but that was the only thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way about the video, because up until that moment, I was like with her until she said, we read every single super chat. And she was like
that's
trying
a damn
to be really
lie.
genuine about it. And I was like, oh, come on, girl. That's like a full face lie. Like, because I know you don't read every single super chat. So it was
That's
just,
what I'm saying, man.
I was like,
That's
that's
exactly
just
what I'm
real
talking about.
sketchy. But other than that, like, I've always thought she was
that's just one
fine.
thing.
Like, it's
She's
just
lying.
and the fact that he already answered the super chat, like a super chat
She
addressing
could have
that.
skipped it. I would have skipped it.
Exactly. It's like he already read it. My guest is annoyed. Let me move on. Unless the goal was to antagonize him.
Exactly.
It's huge. It's one of the biggest moments. So
yeah, exactly. It's like internet history.
Yeah.
So,
It is.
If the goal was to antagonize him, then they succeeded. If it wasn't, then I don't know.
They succeeded.
Yeah. Speaking of internet history, Elsa Baird with a 7-month member message says, fun fact, my super was the last one read on that episode.
You're a celebrity,
That's crazy.
Were you the one that sent that super chat?
Are you
Put that on the
Dr.
wall.
Dick and Balls or whatever? Mr. Dick and Balls or whatever
Oh,
the
he
hell?
sent that one?
Mr. Dick and Balls is the guy that sent the super chat, but the last one read was Elsa Barrett's. That's or was it Dr. Dick and Balls? I don't remember what that guy's name is. It was something about Dick and Balls. That's all I know. Real quick, let me get a couple of these super chats here. We got Valiant Renegade going chill. I know we didn't get chill for a second there, guys.
If I'm on, it's not going to be chill. Especially
okay.
talking about this. This is my favorite conversation to have.
But I love Flawed. I mean,
I know. I'm just waiting to like really.
We still can chill.
Like, yeah, no, I have no problem. I have the conversation with Mo every day.
Yeah,
she sits here and hears me say this type of shit all day long.
I mean,
that's why I just say it so freely. I don't even.
This is actually why I think it's really interesting for men and women to have these kind of conversations, because it's just like that. This is what I'm talking about. I hate the division. And it's like for us to like actually be able to work together and be able to live together and be able to like hang out together and whatever, chill together, all that stuff is we need to have a conversation. We need to talk. So
it's the only way.
And like if we run away from that, like then yeah, they both sides have won. Whether you want to think it's feminism or manosphere or whatever.
I think you're right. Most people are down the middle. I do think that.
Yeah.
I like naturally are down the middle, but I do think that there is inherent feminism in women, and maybe in men now too. Maybe in me because I was raised by lesbian female, but no dad.
Wow. Okay, Flawed. See, I'm discovering new things about you every minute. But see, that's the other thing is I actually think that the manosphere is making a bunch of male feminists. That's the other thing because I think there's a lot of men freaking out about stuff that are
for men's topics. You mean like the same type of. Okay, yeah, but
it's the same
I agree.
type of energy,
I
like
agree.
really, like just SJW, like.
But I think it has to happen.
Female energy that it's like, oh my god, like calm down. You're a man. Like,
I mean, see, female energy. I don't know. I do think that a lot of these niggas is bitches, but I think it's just aggression, pent up aggression that's been like said is toxic for years and years and years, and niggas just don't know how to handle it. But
that is true. Misplaced. Like, yes, I agree with this actually, because this pent up energy, because men have this energy, like men have testosterone. That is true. Men have this energy. And for for the past like while, they've been constantly told like, you're toxic, you're this, you're that. And you guys have like literally like no outlet. So it's like, it's been, it's a weird part of the movement. I agree with that.
I don't think this conversation would have happened without it.
Over on Rumble, McFeely says the thing is she got them to eat for $2. The thing she got them to eat the banana because she was disgusted people eat fruit by choice. Ew. That is so gross. Talking about the fruits out of the vagines of Lizzo. Okay. Xenomorx, thank you so much for the Rumble rant. $2 says only our breaded savior Nick reads all the super chats. I also read all my super chats, and that's what I'm going to do right now.
I said, so do I.
I know you do, even though Russell Hall's in the chat making rumors about you.
Yeah,
yes, it was Russell Hall.
I saw that.
Russell.
I was going to skip it, though. I wasn't going to acknowledge it.
I did.
I do read all my super chats. Sometimes Russell sends too degenerate stuff that I can't say out loud.
Well, that's actually a thing. I know that Anna actually reads some super chats multiple times, especially on the Jack show. Like she'll read a bunch and then she'll be like, she'll get drunk and then she'll be like, okay, we're gonna do super chats now, and then she'll do the same super chats and then she'll be like, after like doing the like 10 in a row, she'll be like, oh, I already read these, and then Cecil and them are all like, yes, Anna, you already read.
Cecil's just as bad.
That's true. That's true. DL, thank you for the $1.99. You have to fight for your right for banana. Oh my god.
Ew. I'm assuming that has to do with Lizzo, right?
It does.
Nah, it's
Damn
me,
it,
I'm
Russell,
black.
can you please change this freaking icon? That is disgusting.
Is that a real
Thank
dick?
you.
Is that AI? What's going on there?
That's his character in the new Baldur's Gate, and
Does he
I
have
think
a hole?
yes, he has a he's
Nina, take that off your screen before somebody flags you.
I know. You know what,
intrigued.
Russell? I'm not gonna highlight your chats anymore because of your weird icon. Thank you
he's
for
getting
the super
blackballed.
chat though. It says fascism was also a response to socialism. This is true. Valiant Renegade, thank you for the $4.99. Same woman for 25 years. I suddenly feel blessed. That's a joke, Mrs. Renegade. Aw. Then we got Nick Feely. Thank you for the 2. Says Glizzy King. And we got Russell. Wait, damn it, Russell Hall and your weird icon. Russell Hall for $5 says, if America is being ruined, how do you explain that I'm playing an RPG as a non-binary male with a full detail new PC and a quest to poke a bear? And that's what his
Like
icon
to have sex
is.
with the bear?
He's gonna go bang that bear, man, and I'm going to judge.
Do
Russell,
you have to in that game?
No, I
Okay.
don't think you do. I don't think you do. I'm going to
the
judge
option
you though.
to.
I think you have an option. And Russell's clearly picking that option, and I'm going to judge Russell as a furry weirdo.
I think he's just trying to 100% it.
I
That's what
agree.
I'm gonna say.
Achilles Jones for 2 says, let me quote Valiant. Chill. Sorry.
I
Saw
have to
one.
hold on before you start. I do have to go eat. I'm gonna get out of
Okay,
here. But I'm
go
gonna watch
eat.
because I want to see this Brittany Venti story you're talking about Rolo.
Okay.
I'm intrigued.
You can
so
also go watch her
hopefully he
video,
gets
which
it.
I highly recommend.
No, I'll
and
watch yours.
Both. You can.
I'll watch
me.
yours.
Okay.
I'll
Okay,
watch
cool.
yours.
All right. I love
you, girl. I'm out.
Bye. And then there's just women. Yay, feminism. We love women. We love men. Well, actually, we don't like men at all because we're feminists. No, it's a show. I love men. Okay, Anna. Anna, this is for you. Anna, your calendar is looking amazing. Can't wait to get it.
Thank
Someone.
you.
Speaking of that, thank you for reminding me. We have a calendar from Anna, that Star Wars girl. Wait, did it close out?
It did, but it's in demand.
Ooh, it's in demand. So you can still get yours. Get your copy now. Here it is. This is a fantastic calendar. You guys don't want to miss it. If you love feminism like we do here, you want to support Anna, that Star Wars girl, and get this beautiful calendar. I mean, look how close you are to 100K. You're so close. That's amazing.
I know.
And
Thank you, everyone. I know I've been really bad about promotion this year. Sorry.
dude, look at this image. I mean, that is just like, I mean, it's just really freaking awesome.
That's actually going to be the cover. I was going to do Barbie, but after that horrendous Barbie movie, I'm like, demoted.
Oh, that's funny. No, this is way better for a cover. Are you kidding me? Like, I mean,
yeah.
Like, I like your Barbie one. Don't get me wrong. Where did it go? I like your Barbie one, but this is a cover.
Yeah, Barbie has been demoted to February, even though I love February. But it's the shortest. No, maybe I'll demote it to something else. What's a month that I don't know?
Like, not a great month.
I don't know. Like, I'm so angry at the Barbie movie that I'm just like.
I actually like it every time I think about it more. It's weird. It's weird.
I talked to my mom the other day because I was talking about like wedding stuff. And then she's like, oh, so I saw the Barbie movie. And I think she thought that I loved it. So she didn't want to say anything. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, well, the first 30 minutes were okay. And I was like, I hate it. And she's like, oh my gosh, it was awful. She's like, all of us girls, we all went in pink and we were so disappointed. All the kids were bored. I was like, yeah, I know.
my
It's awful.
Your mom didn't like it?
Mom hated it.
Oh my god, that's crazy. That's crazy that your mom didn't like it. I kind of think that's interesting though that she didn't like it.
She doesn't like
fun.
woke shit shoved down her throat.
But it wasn't like that though.
Well, not only the woke stuff that was there, but it was like the destruction of the character Barbie. Because
yeah, that stuff I can get from your point of view. I get.
If anything, I watched, she like had to watch. So
Yeah. So she actually knows the stories.
She knows so much about Barbie because of me and then my sister. So she's just like, yeah, that was not. She's like, that was nothing like Barbie. I was like, I know.
Aw, your mom's great. I still remember that night you and Cecil called her. That was really fun. But
well, you have to meet her when you come to my wedding.
Oh, I will. I definitely. I'm gonna meet your mom. It's gonna be amazing. But everybody, go back Anna's calendar. She's got more pictures. She got Barbie. You got Stella Mercury. You got Lilu or Lila, whatever her name is.
Lilu. Have you never seen that element?
Yeah, no, I have. I just forgot her name. Because I'm terrible with names. Multipass. Then you got Marilyn Monroe, of course. This is gorgeous. I love Marilyn Monroe. She's my favorite actress of all time. And what else we got coming up? We got Wonder Woman coming up. We got Psylocke coming up. Savage Land Rogue. I'm excited to see this one, Anna, because
it was so much fun.
I saw your like
behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes thing. And I was like, I love that one. That looks really cool.
Yeah,
Red Sonja, that's gonna be cool.
She's not happening. So
no.
Well, okay, so somebody, Christopher Prophet sent me the costume for her. I have the sword and everything, but the woman that made it, he told me that he told her what size like the top was on me. Nina, I think this was like, I guess it was like a AAA. Basically, like there was this much like a Dorito size coverage, and I was like, absolutely not.
Oh my god, Russell Hall would like just lose his freaking mind.
Yeah, so I asked Chris, I was like, hey, like where did you get this? He's like, oh, this is the woman on Etsy. And I messaged her. This is like almost 2 years ago now. I feel like maybe it was just a year, maybe I'm over exaggerating, but it feels like 2 years. But so I messaged her. I said, hey, can you tell me like what the materials were? Because it's too small. Like somebody ordered this for me as a present from your store. Can you tell me the material so I can make it bigger myself? And she's like, oh no, I'll happily do it. Just mail it to me. So I mailed it to her. Months and months and months go by. Haven't heard from her. So I messaged her, and she's like, oh my gosh, I finished it a while ago. I'm so sorry. I totally forgot. She's like, I'm getting divorced and I have 3 kids and
stuff.
I'm like, it's okay. I just need it at the latest by June 1st, 2023. And she's like, okay. Months go by, I don't hear from her. And I was like, did she ever? She said it was done. I was like, so I messaged her. I said, hey, did you ever send it? And she's like, yeah, I sent it forever ago. Did you not get it? And I was like, no. And she's like, well, yeah, since I haven't heard from you, I figured you got it. And I was like, no. And I had sent her, when I sent it, I sent her my like a bikini top that I wear so she could see the size. And I tied the metal bikini to it so that way you could see how much space needed to be filled exactly.
Yeah.
And it must have gotten lost in the mail. So I lost the bikini top. That one was lost. So she's like, oh, I'll make you another one. According to her, she made me another one. I told her like that I needed it before June 1st at the latest. Then she's like, okay, I'm going to mail it. And I haven't heard back from her. And it's obviously.
Oh, no.
So I highly doubt that I'm ever going to get it. But I forgot to add on Harley Quinn and Slave Leia. So those are the last 2 that I have to do.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. So you need to update this.
I do. I will update it.
Yeah. Okay, so Slave Leia and what was the other one?
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. Okay. You also have Honey Rider, Lady Death, which look really cool. I forgot to read those. Yeah, but this is cool though. The Savage Land Rogue that's gonna. I mean that
That one's
already looks
awesome.
fantastic. I cannot wait to see the actual photo for that one. That's gonna be really cool. So get it, everybody. You guys know you want it. I know you do. Here it is in the chat. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now. Back it now. There you go.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Anna. You deserve all of these goodness, all the goodness. Okay,
Are we gonna
Anna.
crazy dude now?
Yeah, should we? Do you want to EFAP it? Should we EFAP it,
I don't think
do-
I'll be able to stay for the whole EFAP, but we can start.
or do we want to like just talk about it? Because we could just talk about it, but or we can
We
watch
can
some of it.
Parts of it. I think there's certain parts that we should watch for
We can
context.
skip. Yeah. Let me get a couple more of these, and then we can do it. F for $9.99. I've closed the divide with the women around me from the bushes. We're so close that they feel like I'm always there. I'm not really sure what this means, but okay. Drew B. Rant, thank you for the $10, says, I showed my brother Brittany, Venti, Lauren Southern, and Sydney videos, and she does not like them. And my mother. I'm sorry. I thought it's a brother. My mother. And she does not like them and told me to not trust or be around women like that. She definitely doesn't like Lauren, though. That's interesting. I think Lauren has changed a lot. Like, I think like for me, just generally speaking, and I know where because Lauren and I are from the same place. Like we grew up in the same city. We grew up in the same environment. Both from Vancouver. And I know her type. Like I know the Canadian like white girl. Like I know Lauren Southern's archetype, and she's just changed a lot. Like Lauren has grown up. Like Lauren is not the same person she used to be several years ago. And there's a lot of people that don't like her, especially because of her past and everything like that. But I think Lauren has changed a lot, and I really like her. And yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of her like early work either, but I just think she's changed a lot, and I think that she deserves to. I don't know. She deserves the respect that she has because she's just. I don't know. I respect her. I think she's changed a lot, and I really like her. But you have the right to your own, like her mom or your mom has the right to her opinion. I mean, obviously, maybe she sees something we don't. I don't know, but I also love Brittany Venti. I don't know. I don't know much about Sydney. I mean, you and Flawed have way more knowledge of Sydney than I do.
I mean, I have barely any. I mean, I met her in person, and I don't know anything about her aside from that she's like super tall and even skinnier in person.
she does seem tall. Yeah, Lauren has seen things. Exactly. Lauren's seen a lot of things.
Yeah, I've been in like 2 streams with Lauren. I barely know her. I watched that 3-hour video that she did where she's like, I'm back. She had like blue and white striped shirt.
Yeah. Did you see her new one about her
No,
like what happened with her husband?
Divorce, but I know I got told it by someone. I got the whole spiel at Chrissy's wedding, which is all the on-air stuff. So I'm like, when you know too much about someone you don't know, and I'm like,
I feel like I could see Anna like being told this, and like she's like the Homer gif where she's like just walking back like slowly, like I don't know anything about this shit.
I know so much. Told me so much stuff about people. I'm like, I don't even know who this is, and you're like, yes, exactly. We're gonna tell you this because you don't know who they are. Well, we can get an objective opinion from you, and I'm like, exactly. Homer in the bushes. I'm like,
yeah, you're like, I really don't want to be here right now. I just know you. Like that is so funny. I tried to tell you Lauren Southern's life story. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
200 Watt Studios for $5. The best thing to come out of Sydney and Elijah's show was Alex Stein got their time slot. Wow, that is just mean. But I also love Alex, so shout out to Alex.
Say the best thing was when I went on and I got to go to Dallas for the first time.
I was actually going to say the best thing of Sydney and Elijah's show was that Anna went on the show And that was probably the one time that I watched the show. So I was like, all right. Oh, like that's not true. Okay, that's not true because I did watch the Jack Murphy episode. I was like, I need to figure
I
out what the
wouldn't
hell's
have
going
watched
on.
that episode.
Yeah, so I did watch the other episode too. I actually tuned in a couple times for You Are Here because I did like Sydney. I thought Sydney was cool, and I thought Elijah was cool too in his own right. Then I found out things about both of them that I was like,
Well, I mean, when I
love
got
seemed kinda
there,
weird.
like, I just, without knowing either of them and knowing the situation, I was just like, it's like when you're there and you don't know, and then afterwards you're like, okay, all of this makes sense because,
Mhm.
I mean, like Elijah had no idea who I was. He thought I
Yeah.
was one of Brittany's friends, and I'm like, you guys flew me out here. They paid for my plane ticket, every single Uber, my hotel room, like my plane there and back, and
Mhm.
Ubers from my house to the airport, from the airport to the hotel, from the hotel to their studio, and then they offered to pay it back, but then I was going with Brittany and Lila and all that. And yeah, for somebody to pay for all of that and not know who your guest is on the show, like that, I was like,
That's wild.
I was like, either they're making so much money they don't care, or I don't know.
Well, when you told me that though, like when you told us that story originally, I was like, well, no wonder their show got canceled because they don't know what the hell they're
But I
doing.
will say he did apologize, and Elijah was super nice to me, on air and off air. And I really liked Elijah. Sydney said that she wasn't feeling good that day, so she was like, she said hi like right before we started. She's like, "Are you good? Do you need anything?" And then after, she thanked me for coming on, and then she's like, "I have a headache. I'm gonna go home and sleep." But
No,
yeah,
it's weird because like Elijah too, like I didn't really like I don't quite have a okay, I'm just gonna say I don't have the best opinion of him just because of all the stuff that came out about him being like cheating on his wife and like blah blah blah.
yeah,
Because
but
I think
with all of that, somebody is probably saying terrible things about me to people I don't know, and so they have a terrible
sure.
opinion. There's people saying bad things about you to people, and
Yes, that's
they
true.
have a bad opinion of you, but they've never, and it's people that have never talked to you.
Yeah.
So I think if I hadn't met Elijah, I would
Mhm.
probably feel like just reading that shit. It's like, oh yeah, that seems really bad. But because I have met him, I'm only gonna judge him based on how he was to me. And
And
after,
that's 100% understandable. Yeah, I get that. For me, it's more like it's kind of like the same thing with the Steven Crowder situation. Like, I
Mm,
just know that, like, people like Elijah are very like, especially because they're religious and they're very like traditional, and they kind of spout this like, we love our wives and we blah blah blah, like like Christian family, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like doing that kind of stuff behind the scenes. I'm like, oh, like it just feels disingenuous. And I don't like people who are disingenuous. And so that's the only thing that I'm like,
there's this one meme that I think, so it's like one of those things that says a lot about people is how somebody treats their waiter.
mhm.
Yeah, and I think because everything is so convoluted with the internet,
Mhm.
people, they want to put on appearance, but then it's like, what are they real like in real life? But then also, I guess since I've met a lot of people, the
Mhm.
people that are polite and nice to me when they have no benefit in being nice to me, but they still are, that
Mhm.
holds more weight with me than people that are nice because they want something, or they're clout chasing or something like that, especially over rude people. And Elijah was nice to me even when he thought I was just one of Brittany's friends, and then when he realized I was his guest, he was very apologetic and nice, and he tried to include me in conversations, and then afterwards he was very nice to me still. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, niceness goes a long way, like politeness, and just being a nice human being goes a long way, and I totally understand that, Anna. Like, I'm not trying to like get you to I'm just saying my opinion of Elijah changed a little bit, like when all that stuff came out, I was just like, ugh, like so he's just another hypocrite guy. Then like that just kind of that was like just a little off-putting, let's just say. But like, it's not like I hate him or anything like that. I'm just like, okay, whatever. He just exists for me. I'm like, okay, what? I
Somebody
have
said
no
plot
opinion.
twist, Anna. They are faking it being nice. Well, here's the thing: when you're in a situation where it's like you're with people in real life, even if somebody is faking being nice to me, at least they have the courtesy to fake being nice to me. I appreciate politeness and niceness so much than I appreciate rudeness, because it's like yes, they paid for it, but I lost 2 days of my regular work life and personal life to go to a place that I'd never been to. What if the plane crashed and I died? Right? Like so I was already in a situation that I was like, okay, I don't know if I got invited on the show to debate because I was the only one that didn't side 100% with somebody on the Jack Murphy situation. And the host didn't know who I was. There was a lot of stuff going on and I was already uncomfortable and I didn't know what I was walking into. And I appreciate somebody being nice they're faking it. Even if
it goes a long way. Honestly, like sometimes I'd rather people be fake nice to me than be rude to me. So I'm like, you know what? That's fine. I'm Canadian though. We're the queen of fake nice. Trust me, I know. We get a couple
I don't know.
more.
I mean, it'll put me more at comfort or at ease, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get that. Flawed says we're all flawed, and that's true. That's why I try not to hold things against people, unless it's on people like Lizzo, who are telling people that are
But see, I hate
less
Lizzo
fat than
because
them.
that bitch tried to cancel me and all
She
that.
did try to cancel you. I remember all that shit. That's how you got your original blue check mark because of the fucking Lizzo, man.
Because Lizzo got so mad that little old me said that her ass being out was inappropriate, and
When she was
everyone
mooning
fucking after
people.
me.
Oh my God, I remember that. Oh my God, like that's how, flawed. That's right. That's how Anna got her original blue check mark on Twitter, was because she made Lizzo stans mad because she was like, Lizzo's ass is out, and fuck, like that's
Well,
good. What did you say exactly?
What annoyed me, so she's a supermodel now, but so her name is Olivia Culpo, and so she was like Miss Universe in 2013 or something, and I follow her on Instagram, and I saw her sister posted about how they went to go fly to like they were doing a sister's trip and they were going to like Cabo or something, and Olivia was wearing take in mind Olivia was Miss Universe. So as far as beauty standards go, she's much higher than a 10 on the totem pole. Fit, beautiful, skinny, all the things that our
Gorgeous
culture hate. So she was wearing a very trendy outfit, which was the leggings, the bralette top, and a cardigan. And she's very petite, so it's not like she's got giant boobs and it's inappropriate because they're falling out. She's very, very thin, and they forced her to put on a jacket because American Airlines wouldn't let her on the airplane. And this girl that was wearing the same outfit that was black and curvy came up and was like, oh, she's not allowed to. She's like, we're literally wearing the same outfit except mine is pink. You make her put on something and not me. And the flight attendant's like, yeah. And so I saw that like a month before this. And then I saw Lizzo with her ass out. And I'm like, people are like, well, she's on a private plane. That's I'm like, no, that's somebody else's plane that she's renting to go on this trip. So she's not, these leggings aren't sold like that on her website. She literally got these leggings, or they're hers, but she has a pair of her own leggings where she cut out the sides and her ass so that way she could do this in public. And not only that, she is going to go, she got the car right there, so she had to walk out of her house, her apartment, wherever, in public, into the car, go to a public airport where this plane is, get on the plane, people can see, fly to wherever on a plane that she doesn't own, land, get in the car, and go somewhere in public. And Lizzo claims to be an environmentalist. I'm like, no, Olivia Coppola, who was Miss Universe, is an environmentalist. That's why she's not flying private. That's why she's flying public,
Yeah.
which she can very easily afford to fly on private jets, but she doesn't because, oh my God, she cares about the environment, which you think it would be cheaper for her to just rent a private jet when she's going on a family vacation. So that way her entire family can be comfortable, but she doesn't because she's thinking about the actual environment. Crazy how she's Miss Universe and Lizzo isn't. But the whole thing was that they villainized Olivia and they didn't villainize Lizzo, because if that was a skinny chick, like a skinny, beautiful woman, that,
like you,
not me, but I'm saying like somebody like
you're beautiful and skinny.
Modern people that they would yell. I want to say Miley Cyrus, but I think they just say she's crazy. But who's somebody that's like skinny?
Well, they did that recently to Chrissy Marin, freaking what's her name, Keanu. They made them cover up.
I'm thinking of someone that's on the same level of Lizzo fame. That's
okay.
That's skinny.
How about Elizabeth?
Oh, Margot Robbie. Let's say Margot Robbie was wearing that outfit and had her ass out. They'd be like, "Whore, what's she doing?" Like they would be like, "She needs to put this away. Like this is inappropriate."
Yes.
Right? If it wasn't for a movie, if she was doing this for herself, they'd be like, "Oh, look at this privileged white woman with her ass out, like showing her ass to everyone." But because it's Lizzo, it's okay.
Yeah, I was thinking Elizabeth Olsen, like when I was going to say that, like is that what's her name? The one with the one,
that's Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but she's a little bit older. I wouldn't expect her to be doing. I'm talking about like right now. Like if you showed a tween, I guess a tween would know Elizabeth Olsen because of Marvel
Trainer. I don't even know who that is.
I don't know who that is either. See, I'm saying like someone that, like I said, Margot Robbie, you instantly knew who it was. Like that level of fame. Like I unfortunately know who Lizzo is. But so I tweeted that Lizzo got mad and retweeted me and like quote tweeted me, and all of her minions went after me. And I'm like, Lizzo has millions of followers and I didn't even have 100,000 followers at that time. I made British news.
I remember it was nuts.
And my account was blowing up so much. I think I had over 100 million views and hits on my account, which made Twitter, they locked me out of my account and made me verify that I was a real human and that I wasn't like a bot or something. And that's how I got my blue check mark, was because my account was getting so many hits from Lizzo's psychotic fans.
Black Twitter was really mad at you.
Someone took it away and I had to buy it back, but
oh yeah,
they only made me stronger.
Yes, they did. But I mean, isn't it wild now though that Lizzo is like getting sued for all this shit?
Well, you know what's funny is even with that many hits, she still couldn't ratio me.
That's amazing.
That was the best part of it. I'm like, yes, I got my blue check mark, but Lizzo couldn't ratio me.
That's so funny. Oh my God, Flaw. That's the angry black woman stuff I was talking about. Yeah, I mean,
you know what? No, it was the coward stuff because she had all of her minions fight her back. Like when I fight on Twitter, I'm fighting, and yeah, people respond in the comments, but I'm the one responding. She's just like let me just do this little passive quote tweet. Like I expected more of a fight from somebody that big. 100% intended.
Douglas Dantas, thank you for the 9-month member message. But do you read member chats? I do, and I especially do now because you can highlight them now on StreamYard, which is freaking awesome. Finally, Russell, damn it, Russell Hall, you and your damn icon. Thank you for the $2 as a fully detailed pussy, not a PC. Damn it, I know what you meant. Valiant Renegade, thank you for the 23-month memberships. Thank you. Check your phone WhatsApp. I did. I will talk later. Russell Hall, thank you for the $2. Says, why not just wear some actual Doritos, Anna?
No.
Okay, let's watch a little bit of this thing and talk a little bit about it.
For context, I had no idea who this guy was, and I had never seen him before until I watched this video.
Well, I had no idea who he was until I watched Brittany's last video.
I
So
thought
because
he
I
was
watched both.
the guy from G4 but just wearing a beanie, the one that was like when Frost was going, he was like
Adam
that
Sessler.
was him at first. And I was like, why is Brittany talking about like nerd stuff? And then I was like, oh no, he's a Manosphere person.
Oh my god, he does kind of look like Adam Sessler. That's funny. But no, so I had no idea about this dude either. I didn't like I was telling Claude, I really didn't know about any of this like manosphere stuff for forever. I mean, basically Brittany's been my outlet into all of these people. Like I had no idea who any of these people are. And I think that she's done some really interesting exposés on some people. Like I think she exposed Pearly things, and I think that girl
One,
was
I didn't know who
weird.
Pearl was either until
I didn't either.
then I watched Brittany's videos, and then I watched the Ava and Preach EFAP Brittany's video, and then they did like another one on her, and I thought it was hilarious.
I didn't see the EFAP of ABBA and Preach with
I guess it like blew up one of Brittany's videos.
Oh, that's cool. Like I gotta check that out. I didn't know. See, I didn't even know about ABBA and Preach. I learned about them through Brittany too. Like pretty much everyone I know in this area of the internet is through Brittany Venti. And so shout out. So everybody should actually go and subscribe and watch her videos because she's really great. She is good at content creation. Now, if it's not up your alley, that's another thing, but it's just very interesting that she has she does very, very detailed videos. She researches all the stuff that she does. And in fact, I think this is one of the reasons that she's made this video is the idea of doing research before you go and talk and make up rumors about people. Maybe that's something that people would like to do. The content creators, maybe that's a good idea to follow up about rumors, to not just take everything at face value. Like if you hear that Flawed really likes to, shove deep throat bananas or like deep throat hot dogs or something, maybe you shouldn't believe that just because I said it. If I say Flawed loves to deep throat, fucking hot dogs, that's not necessarily true. So you got to go and figure out, like maybe you got to go down his timeline. You got to really, really go look to see if really Flawed does do that or not. And I feel like that might be the case. But anyways, Darmuth over on Rumble, thank you for the Rumble rant, says, who was a good male role model for everyone? The one who got us through death, divorce, and sad and happy moments in life. And in general, Mr. Rogers. That's a real MVP.
She's saying Mr. Rogers.
Shout out to Mr. Rogers. Thank you. That's Darmuth. You're a real one, man. Thank you. That's a really good thing. But okay. If only Mr. Rogers was here now, because this dude right here, he is leading people astray. And
females with autism. So
females,
which I think Brittany Venti definitely has.
I love how she's like, because that's an on-running joke, because Brittany always calls herself autistic. Like she's like, I'm autistic and like blah blah blah, and she just does that, and it's just funny that this guy's like falling for that whole autistic Brittany thing.
Well, you see him throughout this entire video, like he doesn't get her level of trolling.
No,
but what Brittany does is she exposes people with like no sense of humor, and then also people, I don't know, lack of awareness. Because I think once you meet Brittany in person, it's a little bit different. Like I think that's the whole disconnect of the internet. Once you meet someone in person, you look them in the eye and like you see their mannerism and how they carry themselves, you get a whole nother level. But because you're just on the internet, they don't know her and they haven't done any research on her. So they're like, oh, she calls herself autistic, she calls herself a bimbo, and they just fall for everything that she says. It's hilarious.
It's really funny. I love she does that on camera.
Brittany, just before I get started here, I have a lot of people who have come to me and have dished out a lot of dirt on you.
Okay, real quick, Flawed, I'm going to address this because this is similar to like, what happened with like, Elijah and how that put me off. Like, first of all, Brittany and Alex have like, water under the bridge. Like they're fine now. But I think if you talk to Brittany and you got to know her, you'll understand that she's cool. She's cool beans. I like Brittany. You just got to get to know her. And yes, what she did with Alex was not cool. And she got called out by Anna and like pretty much everybody.
I just said it. The whole situation. I don't whole lot of none of my fucking business, and it was the stream from hell.
I know, but like she got called out about that on stream by several people, and she handled it, and she like we're all still friends and everything's fine, but she like but people basically called her out on that. So I think that basically we need to forgive at some point. Russell, God damn it, Russell Hall. Thank you for the $2. My early male role model was Dr. Cliff Huxtable. Aw, that's actually a good one. Okay. Let's keep going.
Could make it public, but I'm not going to. And could I dox her with some real I've got the photos to really rough her up, but I'm not going to do that either.
Oh
so
my God.
I believe this is a friend of yours. By the way, you're right about Brittany's.
The way that he says, like, oh yeah, he totally jerked it to those photos.
Did he even get any photo? I don't think he got anything.
There's like deep fake like corn of Brittany, but I mean you can obviously tell that a deep fake according to her because so I don't know if it was like a troll that made them of her or that she had, I don't know if it's like a trap for people, but she told me about them, and because I had heard about them, I'm like, I don't want to see anyone that I know in real life naked. Like I just don't.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I love all of you. I don't want to fucking see you naked. There's only one person that I want to see naked, and all I got to do is go inside and find him.
Girl, I had to mute Zia's freaking Instagram, okay? Because I was like, I love you, girl, but I cannot see your ass right in my face. Like every time I log on Instagram. Like one morning I freaking clicked it and it was like right there. I mean, shout out to Zia. Everybody go follow her, especially you dudes out there, true-blooded Americans out there. Just well, even if you're not an American, just go and follow Zia if you really want to see a beautiful lady out there. But my God, I was like, I can't do this.
Well, I didn't want to ask Brittany about them, but then I think somebody like brought it up, and then she explained how they're all fake, and now it's like you use, or she knows now, and based on people how they approach it, like this guy, it's like, so he hates her so much. It's like that, not revenge corn, but he hates her so much, but he still wants to fuck her, kind of thing. And so it's like how he just said it, like, oh yeah, I got the photos to really dox her. And then later in the video when she shows in the stream where he's like, she's doxing my wife and my daughter. It's like, didn't your like whole thing, like, was you getting off that you saw her corn and that
oh my God,
threatening to dox it? I'm like, but you don't like it when it's done to you.
Exactly. Russell for 2 says, haven't you seen half the chat naked?
Not that I'm aware of.
Why would I have seen the chat naked? What are you talking about, Russell? God damn it.
Christian trad grift, because I know for a fact that Brittany has full-on nude pics.
You gotta love how he feigns taking the high road as he airs someone's dirty laundry. Rolo Tomasi, or as we like to call him here, George the Gossipy Grandma, is the grandmother of the Red Pill Manosphere.
You call yourself the godfather of the Red Pill.
I call myself the godfather of the Manosphere, okay? Other people have called me that.
Okay, great. That's very...
Do you understand?
Okay.
I am not Red Pill.
I think this is the only time that I've been like, dude, Destiny is right. Like, holy shit, that's fucking funny. What the hell? Like, this guy's weird.
And okay, I am not Red Pill adjacent. I am in the Red Pill. I am the father of the Red Pill. Right?
In his recent stream, he read the email of somebody who told him about my personal life as well as my personal dating life.
I've got photos. I think I put one up on Twitter not too long ago. I know about Mason. I know about the nudes. I know about a lot of stuff. Trust me, you have a lot of enemies. You probably don't want to fuck with me because I know people and I know things.
Because George,
I hate people that do that in general. Like they're like, just because like I can fuck with you, like I'm going to, like, it's like, what kind of person are you? Like, who does that? That is such a weird thing to say.
I know people and I know things. I'm like, that just shows how insecure you are.
Yeah, it really does. It's kind of pathetic. It's like,
well, it's like I don't know, just because you know people, like I know plenty of people, but I don't call up those people to fight my battles for me. I fight them myself. So it's like him going like, oh, I know people, I can really fuck you up. It's like, no, you're using the people that you know that are more famous than you as your threat, that you're not threatening enough. So that's his own insecurity speaking.
Wait, what? Tuna wants to do. Why is there a beef with Rolo over Brittany? What the fuck? You gotta watch these videos, man. I mean, she just exposed this guy for being a total idiot.
No, dude, this is hilarious. Nina, just play it.
Yeah, let's go.
Because George didn't like the video I made on him, he decided to read this email on his stream in response to that because I spoke out against him and the Manosphere using woke feminist tactics such as censorship. And the email was framed obviously in a way to demonize me and make me look like I was a bad girlfriend.
She drove him insane and made it look like he was the bad one. Meanwhile, she would provoke him and say things like he was too weak or how he wasn't fit enough. She would even fight him in group hangouts in front of everyone and humiliate him.
George also talked about having my nudes on stream and even threatening to send it to my enemies and laughing about it.
Rational male, send those nudes to Undead Chronic. Should I?
Ew, that's so gross. Like even if that, like, let's say all of this was true, like this dude's actually talking about sending this girl's nudes to somebody else. Like that's called revenge porn. You're fucking gross, bro. Like,
well, also I'm like, he has a wife and a daughter. It's like, could you imagine if he was watching some dude on the internet talk of like this about his daughter or his wife? He'd be like, what a fucking creep.
Yep.
I got to give you at least some kind of a sizzle with the steak here.
As per usual, George cannot make an argument to save his life, which is why he chose to hit me below the belt.
I have my own spies that tell me stuff too, and I know quite a bit about Brittany as well. Do you not think that I've dealt with like way better haters?
This is like whenever I hear the word like I have spies, it reminds me of like, I got spies. My spies have told me Kathleen Kennedy is gonna get fired. It's like, okay, yeah. You and your freaking spies. Everybody calm down with the spies.
Trolls and you?
No, I don't think you have. That email was actually sent by me. How are those steaks sizzling?
I'm not going to put my 20 plus year, but 20, almost 22 years.
This is so embarrassing.
Credibility on the line just for some dumb little bit like this.
Well, you just did.
Oh my God, I love her. I actually think that's hilarious. Like, I honestly was laughing so fucking hard. And I love the cuts that she's doing and like the outfit changes. It's amazing.
I'll be accepting my award for YouTube's Best Actress now. I've seen so much poor fact-checking from the Manosphere that I decided to do a little trolling. Here you can see that this email that he read off on his stream with the timestamps, and you can see that it is me logged into the account.
This is in fact my email that I am logged into, and here's the email that I sent, and here's him replying. So I'm gonna refresh the page. And you can see
so she's
real.
bringing the receipts, guys. So this is her. Like, she had sent that email to him, the one with the proof of like her misdeeds and her prawn and all this other stuff was her.
That's his email, and sent from his iPad.
Because George himself lists Tom Likas as his inspiration for his ideology on women and dating.
All right. So next thing is, it's not an ideology, you dumb bitch.
Well, this autistic dumb bitch fooled you.
Yep. Yeah, I am. That's all I am. I'm just oblivious. I don't know.
In the email, I even put one of the oldest popular memes on the internet, and
this part's
he actually
hilarious.
fell for it.
I got the impression that the reason she stayed with him, despite starting all these fights with him, was because his mom was the CFO of a really big company. And she wanted his inheritance. Really? He showed me a text from his mother with a picture of a bank statement showing that Brittany spent over $9,000 on his credit card.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
I was really...
Oh my God, I was dying when I saw that the first time.
So, I never know half the stuff about this. I knew fucking that. I knew that, man. I was like, hey, I actually know something.
Nice. And shout out to Sean in the chat. This is Think Before You Sleep. Is Brittany's boyfriend saying Rolo has over 9,000 lawyers working this case. Brittany's going down. Yeah, that's right. Because after this, he's basically threatened to sue her with a lawsuit. And I mean, I think that's going to be hilarious. What a lawsuit. That is a lawsuit. That is insane. I mean, he got embarrassed. Like that's embarrassing. Your entire he's done. Like that is embarrassing, man. She killed
really
him.
Surprised that when he read this on stream that not a single person pointed it out to him. It is absolutely hilarious to watch him do victory laps and act smug when it's really just him rolling around in his own shit. And for everyone else to watch for their own entertainment. It is truly a sight to behold.
Well, and just to go a little bit more ahead with this, so Rolo basically ends up doing a very similar thing to Lauren Southern, because Lauren Southern had this she put out this video about what happened with her and her husband, how she got divorced from him and all this stuff. And so he did a reaction video to her, and then he basically made up, well, he didn't make up, somebody made up a rumor about Lauren Southern and Destiny having a love child. And this is kind of like
Destiny might be a little
Sorry, what was that, Anna?
What was Lauren's reason for why they got divorced?
Well, it's a long story, but basically he was kind of emotionally abusive. He wouldn't let her go back, because he was in Australia, and he was basically a Fed, and he would she was barred from entering Canada at the time. It's like a whole thing, and he basically didn't want her to go back home to visit her family, and she was like, I'm going, because there was there was a death in the family. She had to go to the funeral. He didn't want her to go. She went anyway. And then that's the end of it. That's basically what ended the relationship. But there was other stuff. I mean, they tried to work it out for a while. It's a really long story. You should watch that video. Yeah, that the whole situation is very weird. But okay, so this is what happened.
There's a child involved in Destiny, according to the X here anyways. Lauren uses people to get what she wants. Destiny was her ticket to getting back in the YouTuber game. They started sleeping with each other as he is in some kind of relationship like that. Lauren then got pregnant, and it was a girl. They just started formalizing the relationship, as I guess there's a kid involved. However, have since been told she is seeing Tim Pool. He has given her a job or something else like that.
He provided no actual evidence, so it was pretty apparent that he was willing to believe almost anything. And that's where the email comes in. So in the process of making my video, I emailed him a fabricated story where I took internet gossip and twisted all the details to suit Rolo's confirmation bias on women being evil, manipulative liars. Because we know how much he loves to be.
And this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, how the Manosphere talks about women being evil, manipulative liars all the time. It's like a constant divide. We just got to make sure that everyone knows that women are this, and this. And there's no fact checking. There's no actual okay, let's take it by base, because women are different from one another, just like men are different from one another. We are all different. And there's psychopathic women, just like there's psychopathic men. And some are, yes, absolutely. Some are like that, and some are not. So it's just really interesting that a lot of them do have confirmation bias, just like women do. Not saying that women don't either, but it happens on both sides.
Because we know how much he loves to be told he's right. You gotta stroke that ego.
By the way, you're right about Brittany's Christian trad grift.
She's not a Christian!
Because I know for a fact that Brittany has full-on nudes.
I wrote in details like me being a gold digger, emasculating the man, and saying that I am manipulative.
She would provoke him and say things like he was too weak or how he wasn't fit enough.
Because I knew what he wanted to believe about me, and I knew that his confirmation bias was so strong that it would overtake his better judgment. If he even has any, that is. Maybe he's right, and women are manipulative after all. I sent the email before I dropped my video.
I mean, I love how she's trolling this because technically this is manipulation. Like she manipulated him. So this is hilarious in that sense because yes, this is a form of manipulation. He got manipulated. But the only reason he got manipulated is because he's dumb, okay? It's because he didn't do fact checking. He didn't do the things that he claims that other men should do to be the perfect man or, whatever else, like the high value man.
Video, and he didn't respond until after I released my video. And out of this entire email of all the things he could have asked me about, he could have asked questions to fact check or asked for a phone call. But no, instead, his top priority was my nudes. Yes. I wonder if his wife knows that the father of her—
And this is really fucking gross. This is just gross. Like the fact that this dude is like, oh yeah, like send me those nudes, bro. Like, gross, dude. You're a 50-year-old man. What are you doing asking about this girl's nudes on the internet from some rando?
Her child is asking for women's revenge porn on the internet. How creepy. And he even acknowledges that it's revenge porn on his own live stream.
I gotta be careful, man, because then that becomes like revenge porn, and I don't want to get involved in that either.
No
But
shit,
that
bro.
didn't stop George from pestering me in email after his stream to try to get my—
If you have those nudes, they might make a good ace card at some point if you're okay to share them. Gross. This dude's
nudes.
cringe.
This 50-something-year-old man was really pressed about getting my revenge corn. I find it absolutely hilarious how he's acting out how gross having my nudes are for his stream, doing this whole performative thing, considering that I made the entire thing up.
I know for a fact that Brittany has full-on nudes. So do I now, unfortunately.
His source for my nudes were—
Fortunately, he's so happy about that.
Unfortunately, like more like he's so happy. That is not unfortunate for him at all. He's basking in it.
Nudes of her out there too. Trust me.
The only photos that were attached to that email were random pictures from group hangouts back in the day. Shout out to my friend Two Salads, who is a streamer. He helped make this happen by giving me the photos from way back then. Anyway, George is so desperate to confirm his bias that he even fell for my satirical—
Can we take a moment here to appreciate the fact that Brittany even eats on stream like in the most classy way possible and fucking has mac and cheese on there, man. I want some mac and cheese.
I do too now.
That fucking looks good. Hey, have you ever had mac and cheese and hot dogs since you like hot dogs?
I don't really like— I have, but I don't like mixing them. Like, I just like the plain hot dog and a bun is perfect.
Do you even not like it with ketchup?
I hate ketchup.
That's crazy.
I don't eat ketchup.
By the way, can we also take a moment to appreciate Anna's brown hair is back? Oh my God.
It is. It's back. I know. I miss it.
Gorgeous. I love the brunette. It's just—
Thank you. I'm back to myself.
I love it. I know. I'm weird, but it's classic Anna. That's how I remember her.
So desperate to confirm his bias that he even fell for my satirical bit back in the day. He actually fell for my dumb gamer girl bit from like 8 years ago in the current year.
She's gonna say that there are no nudes. Then why did she do a video when she was was it 2015? I think. So I don't know. I'm a noob to all this. I'm a boomer. I don't know anything.
Me trolling and acting like a dumb gamer girl is kind of what made me known on the internet in the first place. I don't expect him to know every single thing about me, but this is what I call very bare minimum research. I have been trolling on the internet about having nudes since I could remember because people like George.
So she goes into a little bit more of that. Where is that part about Lauren? Okay, here we go. This is where it gets real good.
Destiny's Child.
All that shit about Lauren Southern, yeah, I'll talk about that too if you'd like.
Brittany, what if this is just a one-off that he fell for the troll and did some bad reporting and maliciously lied about having your nudes? And worst of all, trying to act like they would be gross. Didn't he say that he had proof about Lauren Southern undeniably being the world's biggest slut and getting pregnant with Destiny's Child?
All that shit about Lauren Southern, yeah, I'll talk about that too if you'd like. But I have technically their medical records. I do have medical records that she was in fact pregnant about this time last year, August 8th of 2022. I have them.
Nina, I'm an expert in Photoshop. I took countless classes on it. I use it every single day to make thumbnails and promotional content for YouTube and all this stuff. I could literally Photoshop whatever I want and send it to people with false information and get clips of this guy. And I mean, there's easy ways to see if something is Photoshop too, the file type, for example. But this guy, really, when Brittany proved that she was the one with the email, all she had to do was point her phone at the computer and refresh the page. It's so simple to verify information like that. It just
it's messed up.
It bothers me how stupid people are. That's what gets me. I hate how stupid people are.
Yeah.
And I'm not the smartest person in the world, so I ask literally for the bare minimum.
I know. I mean, especially when you're charging $1,000 an hour for hanging out and talking to somebody. This dude apparently charges $1,000 an hour for one-on-one time.
Blowjobs? What is going on?
It's for the manosphere shit. I don't know. Maybe they're jacking each other off. I don't know what they're doing, but that was in Brittany's last video of him. And she talks about how this dude is charging people basically $1,000 an hour. And she's like, a really good therapist is $250 an hour. And this dude is charging $1,000 an hour.
I wouldn't even pay Henry Cavill $1,000 an hour.
Wouldn't you, Anna?
I would not.
How about 500? I'm just joking.
Well, see, I think when you back in whenever the Batman Superman movie came out, I think you could get a picture with him and Ben for $500.
Oh,
a con. So that's a few seconds, but you get a photo with Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck. So
that's pretty good. That's pretty
those
great.
are A-list fucking celebrities.
Yeah.
This dude, I don't even know who the fuck he is.
Yeah.
$1,000 for what?
I don't know. Just to sit down and talk. Is he
gonna give me the lotto numbers? Is he a psychic? What could this guy possibly provide for $1,000 fucking dollars?
He's gonna tell you how to become a high valued man, Anna. Well,
I can just look at this guy and see he's not a high value man. Well, okay, so I'll give Kevin Samuel this. He presented like a high value man, and the clips that I saw of him were fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Kevin Samuel's next
this
level.
Guy, what is he gonna tell you what type of trailer to buy? What? I don't even say used cars salesman. This guy can sell you a double wide trailer. That's what the highest level I expect from him. This is probably gonna get clipped. But what could this guy possibly provide? Can anyone in the chat tell me what this man can possibly provide?
Claude says he's a great value, Brett Michaels.
I don't know who Brett Michaels is.
I don't know who that is either. What could this guy offer? I don't know. Maybe he like hand job lessons. I'm not really sure. He's some dude, American singer. Brett Michaels is nothing like snake oil. Somebody said comedy relief, bad fashion sense.
You can go and see a great comedian for much less than $1,000, and you get like 2 hours. I think when I took Peaches for his birthday, we went and saw Bill Burr. It didn't cost me $1,000. It was a lot because I got really good seats, but still, that was Bill Burr. I was laughing.
Bill Burr is amazing. I think I would
like
pay.
This guy, I would feel bad. Aside from all this shit with like Brittany and Lauren, like I would feel bad laughing because it's like you're making fun of like Forrest Gump kind of thing, right?
Oh my god, he's not. I don't know if he's retarded.
I didn't say he was retarded. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like that's just self-deprecation, I guess. Like I wouldn't feel bad laughing, or I would feel bad laughing at that. But now that I know he's an asshole, I don't feel bad.
Yeah, don't feel bad. He's an idiot.
Possession. You think you have spies? I got spies too.
All 2 of them? George's informant on Lauren Southern's pregnancy with Destiny's child was actually Lauren Southern. She emailed him fake documents on her being pregnant with Destiny's baby, and he actually believed it.
Well, I can bet you $10,000 that she was pregnant.
I guess George owes Lauren Southern $10,000. Hi, George.
Wow. He actually bet $10,000 that she's pregnant. What a loser. Like, dude, you're a loser. You're listening to internet rumors and then you're like, well, I bet you $10,000 pregnant, dude. Like what? Are you like 14? You're a 50-year-old man. Grow up.
Hi, George. I, 30M, work in healthcare admin in Vancouver and have been following you for almost a year now.
By the way, I gotta say, this is the funniest email that I've ever heard anyone write. This is like, if you think this is what's going on in the manosphere, this is literally what I would write. This is funny.
Content has made a huge difference in my life personally. I'm divorced and have to pay child support even though they took my kid from me. I'm laughing because she made it so stereotypical. I'm on my way to becoming a high-value male thanks to you and others. I started following you last year after you started exposing the truth about Lauren Southern. She came into the clinic I work at to get an ultrasound. I checked her in myself. I thought she might eventually break the news online, but she never did. I do have proof that she was pregnant. You were right. You were right the whole time. I love how she threw in that little ego stroke in there. Like, she independently did that. She sent her email before I sent mine, and she came to the same conclusion that he needed his ego stroked for him to believe the email. Sure. After her spewing more lies in her recent video, I'm finally reaching out to you. As you can imagine, this is personal for me. What she did to her husband is what happened to me. Fuck her and all these fake fucking e-thoughts everyone keeps making excuses for. This is war. I can send you a pic of the ultrasound intake form from last year that shows her as pregnant. I already took the pic, but you have to promise you won't say it came from a healthcare worker. I'm not a high-level employee, but I still want this job for the time being. Please respond so I know that you're getting this, and let's bury this bitch. This sounds like...
It's so funny because this is exactly what like haters would write. So it's just like, it's literally like it's hilarious.
I feel like the grammar was a little too spot on.
Mm-hmm.
You have to throw in some bad grammar, some misspellings.
But it's supposed to be a healthcare worker. So I think like, because it's not a total like loser. Well, I mean, yeah.
When you got the heat of the moment, there's always something there.
EVS has the link, guys. For those of you who are asking for him, he has the link. He just he said he might be sleeping, which I think he probably is because he was drawing frogs all day.
Like if somebody was making fun of an incel, like what you think they would say. She literally made this sound like satire and he actually believed it. So knowing this, you can imagine how funny it was watching him go on No Jumper, talking about how he has the proof about Lauren Southern being pregnant with Destiny's child.
I think you wrote to Destiny. You have medical records and proof.
Look, pause it real fast. Which guy do you think is going to show you the latest double wide trailer? Like, I can't unsee it now.
I cannot see it now either. Like, damn. I mean,
guys, put a 1 in the chat if you think I'm right. Like, you know how like some people it's like, okay, yeah, you're a used car salesman.
Put a 1 in the chat if you think Anna's right. Also, Flawed is like, look at this dude's legs next to him. Lizzo for fire him for being too fat. Everybody. There's so many
He can
ones.
probably crush some watermelons. Like let's give him. Maybe he's gearing up for a watermelon crushing competition.
Hey, Script Doctor is here. What's up, Script?
What's up, man? I haven't seen Script in forever.
I'm gonna send you a link if you want to come hang out with us, Script.
I'm saying they said switch seats. I hate podcasts when you're sitting at a couch. Like I saw like people commenting on like how the whatever podcast looked uncomfortable. At least I had the benefit of like half my body's concealed. You know, like I mean,
Yeah.
I don't got legs like either of them. Like this does he shave his legs?
He seems like he does. I mean,
shoes. Like what is going on? This is
he doesn't wear
this photo. On the full Aussie, they do things like at the end of they ask you in the beginning, at the end of the show, they bring it back up, and it's like just a strange photo. And the question is, what is going on in this photo? Like, take out the microphones. What would you think is going on here?
What would I
There's
think?
a blanket hanging on the wall of a pit bull.
Yep.
There's stuff on the shelves. There's a spray paint bottle.
I don't know what that is.
It's
It is like
bottles, not even cup.
Yeah.
Line art. There's a basketball.
There's an ashtray and a book and like just a
It's
random bunch of shit.
I don't know. It's a very strange. Everything about this photo is strange.
It looks like I don't know, like some weird podcast where this dude is like, I don't know, maybe like paying reparations to this dude or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what to think.
I wouldn't go that far.
I don't know. It's just that's a very weird scenario.
Anna isn't a shed judging this guy. You look at my background and you're like, this is a kid's room or a man cave with a lot of stuff. Like mine, I think is interesting. I think.
Yes, it is. Yours is very interesting. Hey, Script Doctor.
Good evening, ladies.
Hello.
This has been hysterical to watch.
Enjoying the stream. I'm glad you're here. Hang on. Let's go back to this. What are your thoughts so far on the revelations that this dude right here was kind of catfished by 2 women?
I think it's brilliant, and it just shows how very uncommitted he is to his own ideology. Excuse me, that he's so easily swayed by any just reinforcement that he's like, okay, good, I can go for this, I can run for this, this is going to make me money, and just dive in without even like considering the basic tools of vetting.
Yeah, not even a little bit, like not even a tiny bit of research.
Yeah,
this is what I'm saying, man. It just shows how wild it is out there on the internet and how like you can say anything and it just goes like a wildfire. It just goes crazy.
The guy reached for low-hanging fruit, took it, and found a whole bunch of worms inside.
Yeah, basically. Now, well, like, what do you think of what Anna was saying about this set? Like, if there was no microphones, what do you think this kind of looks like to you?
It looks like they might be ready to bust out some drugs and lay it out on the table there with some credit cards and blades, and
yeah, that's kind of what the purpose of glass tables are, huh?
Yeah, and it also looks like there's a mirror there too, and a bunch of all the tchotchkes near the book and stuff. Like, it looks like there's something that could go in there. I mean, glass tables suck because, for starters, they do break easily. They're tempered glass, so when they do break or crack, they kind of like break into cubes to a degree. I'm a big fan of the wooden tables because you can they survive more durability for stuff, and you
Yeah,
can
but
move
you
them a lot
also
easier.
can't move them. God.
Yeah. And that table there, that's got that invisible glue on it. So if something lifts by accidentally and you glue it back on, you're gonna have that weird, ugly spot that you're gonna see where the new glue is. Yeah, I never
Yeah.
do that stuff. My mom had a glass table like that. That's why I know all these problems.
Yeah, you're speaking from experience.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, let's see what else is going on. With this.
I think it was Lauren Southern you were talking about.
According to the guy that I have been talking to, her ex, there was a sexual relationship there, and it resulted in a child. Well, I had another guy come up to me, and I have copies of her ultrasound tests from right around the month that they were talking about, August of last year, and it is definitely her. I have the information confirmed for that, so I know that there was a child that was produced, or she was getting an OBGYN, ultrasound at that time.
What a fool. I bet he made the people.
This guy doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything. He's just talking out of his ass. That's it. That's that. Apparently,
People
that's
that actually believed him feel real dumb. On No Jumper, George says that he doesn't know for a fact that Destiny's the dad, but he had no problem confidently saying this on Twitter.
Now, do I know that it was Destiny's? I don't know that, but I do know that there was a child involved, or there was a child.
This is George's fault for not doing the bare minimum research. He could have had a phone call with this hypothetical person, but he didn't. He could have done basic research to check the forums and the numbers on them to see if it even correlated with the country. But no, instead he decided to just gossip on any podcast that he could find. And if you feel bad for poor Grandma Red Pill here for getting bamboozled by the people he seeks to destroy, he did threaten to sue for defamation as well as deplatforming via copy striking / filing a privacy complaint, all over the fact that he didn't like the video and for me, quote unquote, doxing his daughter.
If you're going to go and dig shit up and you're going to dox my daughter, if you're going to do that, at least try to do something recent. So when I do
that was about the last video, because she did another video on him before this, and she briefly mentioned his daughter's public Instagram, which is not doxing someone.
A copyright strike on you, or I do a privacy strike on you, or I do let's see, a defamation lawsuit on you, at least make me look a little bit better.
I don't know what was defamatory about showing his daughter's public Instagram account under her promotional pageant account. He also claims I doxed his wife, even though I censored her face in the photo.
She did, of course, dox my kid and my wife.
I don't know why he's getting mad at me. His daughter's the one that posted it.
Okay, his daughter's really a public figure. No, she's not, actually. And she did pageants. Yeah, that doesn't mean shit. There are plenty of other girls and women who've done pageants over the years who are in no way public figures. She's not a winner of Miss Nevada or anything like
that. What? How does he not know this? Does he not know his own daughter? I'm confused about this.
Stand against bullying. That's literally what her dad does for a living.
Yeah, he bullies people.
You know what? Maybe his daughter doesn't talk to him.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I can see why.
Well, I'm just saying, because if he doesn't know that his daughter won Miss Nevada.
Wait. This is news. His wife was on whatever with him. She was already public. Wow.
He was on the Whatever podcast. Oh my God. Did I sit in the same chair?
I don't know.
I guess we have to burn those pants, Anna.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
So she is effectively not a public figure. And yes, you could be held liable for defamation and slander. I could throw that out there.
If anyone's going to be held liable.
Hang on. Somebody said Venti started this. Look, she didn't actually start this. It was he who started it because he called her out, because of a super chat that came in where he was like, "Oh, I'm going to destroy Brittany Venti and I'm going to tell you everything I know about her and all this stuff." So it was he that was talking about her. And so she responded. And that's what
for
happened.
Slander, it's George. He spread plenty of misinformation about Lauren Southern and I, and did so without any real evidence. He's gonna take me down because I dared to show the photo that his own daughter posted on her promotional pageant account. Apparently, this gives him justification to not only affect my income, try to deplatform me, but also spread my revenge corn. By the way, I didn't know that that was allowed on YouTube in the first place, considering that it's illegal. George doesn't have a great understanding.
Anyways, you guys get the drift. This is that's it. That's all she wrote. Let me get a couple of these super chats here. Sean Green, thank you for the 2. Says Elijah's dealing with January 6th and started drinking. Okay. 200 Watt Studios, thank you for the $5. Says I tried to watch him once, but he rambles and unfocused and clearly insecure. The way he's acting here seems beta. Are you talking about Rolo, or are you talking about Elijah? I don't know what you're talking about. Damn it, Russell Hall, you and your picture. Here, I censored Buck Angel for you. I hope you're happy. I'm still I feel like it still needs to be changed more. Like I
mean, that's a small triangle, so this guy should be really embarrassed.
My God, Russell.
Before there was a triangle.
Oh my God. Cars in depth. Thank you, the 2. Not all women, eh? No, not all women at all. And then Cars in depth for 2. No misandry here. No, none at all. What misandry?
Are these old super chats? Like I'm interested in
it's when we were talking about like just never mind. It's just about our it was just like a little bit of before we started the e-fapping.
Gotcha.
Curtis D of Montana, thank you for the 7-month message. Hello, Brett Michaels, lead singer of Poison. Gary Nerdrotic and I are old enough to know. I'm just bad with names. When I looked him up, I was like, oh, this dude. I'm just terrible at names, and I don't remember anybody's name ever. 201 Studios for $2. Those aren't legs. It's a torso on 2 body films. I couldn't unsee it after.
Listen, I stand by. I think he is going to compete in a watermelon thigh crushing competition, and I'm gonna bet that he's gonna win. Like he's in it. He is in it to win it, and I respect that.
Do you think that Mandy Summers would win against him? Because my money would be on Mandy.
Okay, I heard that she cheated when she did it.
What?
Yeah, they said like that it was Shane was saying that there was some fishy business going on with that.
No way, she cheated. Okay, well then we need to get this video. And I don't know where it is.
I'm just going off of what Shane said on the Jack show. He could just be a bitter loser, but I
think Shane's just being a bitter loser.
Okay.
200 Watt Studios for $2 says I was talking about rambling Rolo. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I gotcha. Oh wait, maybe not, because people in the chat are saying Mandy cheated, like young butternut. I mean, I don't know if I believe
somehow
you.
missed this.
It was like
wait, Spike is screaming that she did not cheat.
It was over a year ago. I don't, but so it was the whole like crushing a watermelon with your thighs, and I guess something happened to where Mandy was gonna do it. And I guess Mandy did do it, like it did crush, but then Shane and other people were saying that she cheated because she prepped the watermelon. Now, I did not watch this stream.
I didn't watch it either.
Secondhand information. So I don't know. If somebody's got timestamp in the video, we'll watch it and we can all review it. But
yeah, if somebody can send me the video and the timestamp, we'll watch and we'll judge. But I have no idea. But I don't believe that she would cheat. I don't think she would do it. Magnum Norris for $10 says, I want to like Brittany, but I kind of want her to stop beefing. Look, you got to love people for who they are. And Brittany loves drama. And she's good at it.
it's like Brittany only calls out people that are hypocrites.
Yes. That is true. I mean, as long as I've known her, like every time she's called out anybody, like Eliza Blue was a hypocrite thing. Pearly things, hypocrite thing. This dude, hypocrite thing. I don't know anybody else that I don't remember.
And my thing is like what she does, it's her thing. She doesn't, aside from the person that she's beefing with, she doesn't, to my knowledge, she doesn't bother anyone else with it. Like, I
Mm.
don't know that Brittany's beefing with someone until I see like a video or I see a tweet about it. It's like
Oh, okay.
Brittany's not like that dude is like, oh, I know a lot of people. Brittany knows a ton of people and she doesn't bother anyone with anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's her thing. Like, it's just that's her content, and I like the fact that she's exposing so many people. Sometimes I like when people when hypocrites get exposed, and that for that I respect her. And Magnum North says that for $10, cool, I respect that. Yeah, I mean, she got good content, man. If you like drama streams, Brittany is good at that. She's got good drama streams. You can just sometimes get caught up in some of the stuff she does, and she like this is why it's funny to me when Brittany says stuff like when she gets into beefs that I'm like, no, Brittany, like the stuff that happened with Alex. I was like, no, Brittany, like I know you're smart. I know you're done research because Brittany's a researcher. So it's like, it doesn't make any sense to me when she does, she tries to pass off her bimbo self. I'm like, that bimbo act, I'm not falling for it because I know you're a smarty pants. So, yeah, nothing but love for Brittany from me. Actually, I really like her. I think everybody go sub to Brittany. And this is her channel. Let me put it in the chat. And she's got another video of that guy that originally started it. So go and check it out. Give her a watch. Give her some hours. Here it is. Venti's channel. Real quick before we call it, I just want to first of all, thank you guys for being here tonight. And second, Script Doctor, man, the writer strike's driving me nuts. Okay, I know it's you nuts, but this is the kind of shit that really pisses me off about the writer strike when I see stuff like this. Like Billy Porter says, I had to sell my house due to the strikes, and slams Bob Iger saying, our demands for a living wage are unrealistic. Fuck you.
Yeah, Billy Porter actually he's very terrible with money. So you reap what you sow, man.
I know, dude, and we're talking about we're not talking about regular house here, okay? We're talking about a giant ass
like a $5 or
mansion.
$10 million house, yeah, or mansion.
Yeah, like we're not talking regular people's houses, okay? We're not talking about a 2-bedroom house, 2-bathroom, 2-bathroom house. Like, we're talking about mansions here, and we're talking about this is the kind of stuff that really pisses me off about very privileged people like this. And it just there was something else he said too that was really annoying because he was like, what did he say? I have to sell my house. Yeah, because we're on strike and I don't know when we're gonna go back. The life of an artist until you make fuck you money, which I haven't made yet. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You haven't made fuck you
Wait,
money.
isn't he also a singer?
Yes.
So go on tour. That's
He
not part
is-
of the SAG or WGA.
Okay, he's a singer. He is like, okay, what I've known Billy Porter for personally has been like those red carpet walk things. Like he just like walks around and he does like the old school
He's an
judging
accessory?
A TV show, and then he did the fairy god person.
Oh God, yeah, he was the fairy god person. But he does a lot of like red carpet shows, script. Like he'll do like a lot of the let's see this person's outfit. Like, oh my God.
Oh,
like,
so
this
he
is this
replaced
time.
Joan Rivers after she died?
Yeah, kind of.
That's a huge
basically.
downgrade.
I know.
No.
Very much so. Very much so. And usually he's wearing like extremely glamorous stuff. And like, it's just, and okay, yeah, we are talking about, let's see, hold on. Billy Porter, fairy godmother. Let us all just take this in, guys, because these are the people that are like,
No, Nina, fairy god person.
oh God, that's right. How
Fairy
dare
god person.
Or fairy god agent. I don't know.
fairy god FML. Like, what the fuck is this? Hang on. I mean, I'm just gonna put this photo up. This is the first one that came up. I should probably pull up a full body image of him, but
That's
no.
more than enough.
Yeah, like, I mean, this is like, just no. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that really pisses me off because I'm like, you guys are the ones that are ruining IPs, man. Like, you're the ones that are ruining all these things. People aren't watching. That's why they don't care. And you're suffering because of your own actions. Like, this is why you're suffering, because nobody's watching your shit because you're an idiot. Jesus Davila, thank you for the super sticker. Please, no, don't, not the fairy gay mother. This is Magnum Norse. I mean, it's just I don't mind different types of media. It's just when it gets like a little like, why can't we have a mother for like an actual mother? It's just it pisses me off when stuff like that happens. But anyways, Billy Porter goes on to say things like, I still check to check. I was supposed to be a new movie on a new TV show starting in September. None of that is happening. So the person who said, we're going to starve them out until they have to sell their apartments, you've already starved me out.
So all he did is prove that their strike is useless and that the corporations are winning.
Well, for him at least, yeah.
Yeah, but this is kind of unreal. This is an unrealistic sentence to write. I'm sorry, but if you're Billy Porter and you've been paid how much money for how long, you don't have enough savings to like live a life of being off the thing for off work for 2 months. Like it's like, for someone like you, script doctor, like, no offense, like, I would understand that you would be struggling because you're a writer, you're not on the stage, you're not very known, you're not dressing up as a woman and being the fairy gay mother, like, you're not that person, but you're
Right.
like, you're a regular writer. Like, yes, I can understand that regular writers are going to suffer. That is 100% going to happen. But for these kind of people that are super rich people and have no way of doing money management, like, that is not our problem, bro. Like, that you don't understand money management. Maybe you should have gone to school. Like,
yeah, like a lot of actors and writers, when that story hit, we're all just looking at each other thinking, this guy's a moron. Like, actors and writers, we can go sometimes months or years without making anything or getting another gig. That's just the nature of the game. It's the perseverance to keep at it, because if you can make money and you can budget yourself well, you can do pretty well. The other part too, and I'm not alone in this, is that I always get other part-time jobs, not just to subsidize some income, but also meet other people, get ideas, find inspiration, get out of the Hollywood bubble, because it's really like, it's not good for your growth as a creative. You get cycled in through things. And I can give out like a great example. So we have all seen the wonderful work that Anna has done on her channel, especially the art channel that she does. And it's like, okay, if I were an executive and I saw her work and I wanted to hire her on a project of an IP that she didn't know, I'm hiring her because of the quality of her work. I'm not hiring her because she knows the IP or doesn't know the IP. And it's a good opportunity for her. And she can, and because she's freelance and because she's successful, she can choose to either accept the job or not. Right. And it's good to have that in as part of your financial plan. A lot of writers and actors, they go in all the way, like neck deep in, I'm only going to be an actor, I'm only going to be a writer, I'm not going to have any fallback, I'm not going to use my skills to like write novels or work in other types of publishing or what have you, or consults or teaching or anything of that. It's just full this. And here's this guy who got a couple of lucky breaks to circulate his image around a lot further than it ever did before through Disney Plus. And now he's buying a mansion and now he has to sell it. And
yeah,
what's that face you're making? You're not
like, cry me a fucking river, man. Like, I'm like sitting there like smallest violin in the world for you. Like, oh, I gotta sell one of my mansions, guys. Like, now I'm starving. Like, what are you talking
this whole
about?
thing with like MC Hammer when he went broke, and they're like, why? And he's like, I gotta buy a house that's $100,000 right there. And it's like, you didn't have to buy $100,000 house.
Yeah,
you know, you could have bought, or 100 million, excuse me.
Yeah, I was gonna say 100,000, not that bad, but 100 billion, yeah, I mean, that's a different story. But speaking of Anna's art channel, guys, Anna does have an art channel, and she does really cool stuff on there. Definitely, you want to make sure you check the stuff out. Her art is really cool, especially her drawing streams. They're very
The eye
relaxing.
stuff is awesome. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
put that link in the chat.
I just rebranded today. My channel's new official name is TSWG's Workshop.
I was just gonna say, I just noticed that you have a new name because I was going to like find your channel. I'm like, the hell is this channel's name again? Because I was putting that Star Wars girl art and it wasn't coming up, but now it is. Okay, so there it is at TSWG's Workshop. There you go. Good name. Good name.
Thank
Not
you.
bad.
It's
Because
something
it's not just like painting you're doing. You can do other,
Yeah.
because you do artistic stuff and like you make
Exactly.
things and you do all sorts of stuff. So that's great. It's great. It's good
Thank
stuff. Where's my eye painting? Damn it.
You're on my list, man. It's coming.
At Magnum North of $10 says actors are finally learning what life is about. Interesting to watch The Bonfire.
Well, so Variety has been doing this thing on their YouTube channel where it's like actors on actors or actors roundtable, and it's really interesting because they get some like A-list actors or directors in there, and it's like, wow, Gary Oldman, I want to hear what he has to say and talking to like other people that he probably hasn't worked with, and that dude was on it. Oh my God. I was like, I never need to watch anything because he was so insufferable. He was so woke, the virtue signaling. Like, he acts like he is the first gay person in Hollywood ever. He's like, because I'm a queen. And it's like
Gary Oldman?
No,
This
Porter.
guy. Oh, this
Yeah.
guy, Billy
Ian
Porter.
McKellen would like to have a word with him, you know?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No,
Okay,
this
go
guy,
on.
like, he's like, oh yeah, well, because I'm a queen, and I guess he's in this TV show where he plays like a queen, and then in Cinderella he's a queen, and I'm like, so basically what you're telling me and everyone else here at this table is that you can't act because you can only do or be what you are in real life. And that there's never been anyone gay before you. There's never been any gay characters. There's never been any gay actors or actresses. You are the only, like, the entitlement that he has.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, like RuPaul could act. Like at the very, very least. Like, because you could, he does this drag show, but he could like
Well, RuPaul walks in and is confident as hell, and RuPaul has every right to be as confident as he is because he's been doing this for decades, man. He was what does it say where it's like he ran so you could fly.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah, I mean it's true, and to some extent it's true. And like Billy Porter wouldn't be who he is without Ru. I mean, RuPaul is like basically the guy. But it's just like you're right though. Like he can't act, and it's just like all these these people really piss me off. That like the super privileged that are just looking out for themselves. It's like, just give me a break, man. But then I did see this also, which I thought was interesting. Speaking of the writer's strike, rumor that WGA negotiations not concerned about residuals because streaming numbers are terrible. Now, this article goes to basically a conversation between my two favorite, some of my favorite people on YouTube, with which is Gary and Valiant Renegade, who was here earlier. And if you're still watching, shout out. This is an interesting thing that is they were talking about this, and Gary said AI is definitely part of it. That's a huge part of the strike. But the other one is residuals. The WGA negotiator tried to downplay them, saying, well, we're not too worried about the residuals. We want more upfront. He then explained why they want more upfront. The reason that they want more upfront is because apparently WGA is aware of the numbers, and the lead negotiators, the lead of the WGA, that they can't share them, but they are aware that of the numbers, and their response is, we're not worried about the residuals. And you want to know why? Because there's no residuals, because there's no numbers, so they want more money upfront. Script Doctor, what is your thoughts on this rumor? Because it kind of checks out for me, honestly.
Well, it has to do with the fact that the streamers are primarily subscriber based. So how do you allocate that monthly subscription fee and properly to the shows that are being broadcast during that period or dropped during that period? That $9.99 you pay, or that what Disney collects is like they have like what 150 million subscribers. So you multiply that by the subscription fee. That has to go not just for their operating costs, it also has to go for however they want to dish out residuals with whatever model they have.
Mhm.
The truth be told is that Disney is probably the streaming service that's suffering the most because of how much they spend, how much they put out, and how little there's actual interaction with the audience for it. On the earnings call today, they talked about how they're slowly integrating the ad tier model and that they're also merging with Hulu. And ironically enough, Warner Brothers on their earnings call, they talked about how in the last 2 earnings calls, they talked about how much they're into going into ad video on demand, because there's actually profit in there. There's actually, you can monetize that. The subscriber-based stuff is not actually going to support the system. And they basically said in so few words, we're no longer going to be chasing subscriber numbers. We're going to have the subscribers chase us. And they're basically saying we want to do content. And the interesting thing is that every single company on their earnings calls addressed the strike except for Disney. And the reason being is that Disney's probably the one studio that has enough power to do the holdout, saying, yeah, we're not going to come back to the negotiating table. We still need to figure out what the heck we're doing with our streaming. We also need to figure out what we're doing with AI, because they also just doubled down by revealing a few days ago. I think Variety did an article on it saying that they're going to be investing in AI for future productions to cut costs.
Oh my
And it's like,
God.
well, the thing is that that's going to cripple a huge portion of the California economy, because if they're going to create, say, virtual studios with virtual actors, that means that you don't have costume designers, you don't have concept designers, artists, you don't have cinematographers, you don't have gaffers, grips, electrics, you don't have the companies that do catering for those projects, you don't have the cleaning services or the car services to drive people around to go to
The
set.
industry. Yeah.
All those people are going to suffer.
Yeah.
And all to save what they think is going to be saving them money with regards to AI. And then the worst part is
short-sighted. Sorry.
Well, the worst part is that those studio execs, the ones that are interested in the AI, are the same ones that have just been hiring the young and hungry and easily impressionable, terrible writers to do the shows. So now they're no longer have to pay them. Now they can just go to AI and get those same agenda-driven shows produced without having to actually pay anybody. So you guys out in the audience, if you hate, the stuff that they've done to She-Hulk, to Marvel, to Star Wars, well, guess what? It's only going to get worse, because now they don't even have to have a writer to negotiate or argue with. If they want to push back on it, they just go punch it into the AI and put it out there. And you're going to be wishing that you had at least the bad writers, because at least you could point your finger to that writer and say they're the ones to blame, and they'll have a reaction to it, which you can then monetize on YouTube. But AI, you can't monetize. They don't care. It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to make fun of the AI thing? The tech engineers don't care. They already got paid. Like you're stuck in a black hole at that point.
Yeah, it's just gonna get worse. Like, I mean, how can you improve something like that?
Even if you find out who the studio exec was that entered in the prompts to create that AI terrible woke agenda show, they're not going to respond on social media.
But wait a minute,
they're running to the bank on that.
But wait, wouldn't it be like something like, okay, so let's say they do come up with a script in AI, right?
Sure.
Don't they need the writer like a writer or editors to still go through that and be like, okay, like, yeah, I mean, this part's good, but this part needs to be rewritten. I mean, they're still going to need human eyes, though.
No, the only human eyes they need is the executive that's reading it over as a final product and saying, yeah, this is good enough. Let's go. And if not, they just keep entering new prompts to revise and adjust. And it's all deliberately done to be an outside of a union, outside of human construction. And so
they're just doubling down.
It's the bigger issue. And the thing is that it will lead to a collapse of the entertainment industry in that regard, because, I mean, listen, there's no stopping AI, but there's no value to researching AI or using AI in entertainment. It just has no real value. The idea of entertainment, storytelling, is a very human thing. Artificial intelligence is great for like high risk jobs or exploration, or sending out probes, and you need it to respond to who knows what variables when you're sending it to Mars or any of the moons of Jupiter. But for this, yeah, you can't do anything. What you're just trying to save money.
And I think Shadow Warchild's right. The script editor can be AI as well. That's also true.
Well, what's really happening right now is the studios are being taken advantage by big tech, and the only ones that have actually looked at it and said, no, we're not doing this so far, at least the ones with any actual commitment, has been Sony, Warner Brothers, Paramount, and oddly enough, Apple. Because again, Apple's not about really making entertainment; they're about selling hardware product and and their applications that they use on their machines. The entertainment stuff is really just for them to have a little bit of fun and get people to buy Apple Box TVs, or if they end up going into the physical media side of things, selling DVDs or Blu-rays of some of their good shows and a lot of their terrible shows.
Wow. So fascinating. I guess we'll find out. How long do you think this shit's going to last realistically?
Well, if the investors have any say, which they kind of are, because they already pressured the AMPTP to actually reach out to the WGA to renegotiate, and then that got screwed up. So they'll be asking them to do it again soon. Ideally, if they can get it resolved before the start of September, that would be great for everybody. But I doubt that's going to happen. I think they're going to try and keep on pushing it. But it's really strange, because right now the current model in streaming is not working. Because they're incorporating ad tier and live event streaming on Netflix and Max and Paramount Plus. I'm about to say CBS All Access. It's not that anymore. Paramount Plus, they're basically moving towards an on-demand ad-supported system, because at least you'll get numbers, and at least those numbers will either boost up good shows that people like and axe terrible shows that people hate. So we won't be getting any more She-Hulks, and we won't be getting any more Obi-Wan Kenobis. Because the numbers will be there. The advertisers will say, well, why, if you have 200 million subscribers and none of them are watching Obi-Wan Kenobi, would I want to buy an ad placement for Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Logically it would make sense. Anna, are you going to watch the new Ahsoka show?
Yeah.
Are you going to do you don't sound very excited about it.
I'm not excited about it at all. No, I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try to do live reaction streams.
Okay, good. You should.
And then I do live reactions, so you guys will watch me go like this for an hour. And then I'll do my review of the episode right then and there. I will clip that, post that video the next day, and then I'll be on a stream with Raging Rhino where we discuss it and just
and then rage about it. Oh my god, yeah, that's
agreed that he's gonna be my pain. But we're gonna be each other's support group as we go through this hell together.
Oh my god. I mean, honestly, I just feel bad for all the Star Wars and Star Trek people. I used to be both.
Oh god.
And now I'm neither.
That musical episode was painful.
Script Doctor, what the fuck, man?
Listen, anytime you think they can't get any lower, Secret Hideout finds another level of depth to get lower.
I know. I honestly thought it was a parody. I was like, this has to be a parody. This has to be. They cannot be real. But it was real. It was real. But you know what else is real? BPST over on Rumble with a massive Rumble rant. Thank you for the $47 to say thanks. And that's all you said. So thank you. You're a real one, man. I really appreciate that. Massive, generous super chat. And also, Braz Monkey and Jesus Davila both gifted 5 memberships to the chat. Thank you so much for all of that. You guys have been so fantastic tonight, but I think we're going to call it here because we've been going for 3 hours now. I wasn't even planning on going for this long. So again, massive thank you to all of you out there for super chatting, becoming a member, gifting memberships, all that good stuff. Thank you for the Rumble rants. If you're over watching on Rumble, really appreciate all of your support. And Anna, thank you so much for being here tonight. You're a trooper. Do you want to plug anything? Do you have anything coming up other than your calendar, of course, which, by the way, you should go back if you're in the chat.
I'm gonna go to sleep after this, but go follow me on my Twitch. I do a lot of streaming over there. I've been playing the Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh yeah, how are you enjoying that? I was watching you a little bit.
I'm playing on Grandmaster mode.
I was very surprised that you chose to do that. That's
and
insane.
I have played, I think, at least 7 hours in this one arena, and I've done the same fight over and over again, and I haven't beaten it.
Was it the Rancor?
No, it's the Rancor and the fucking spider. You know what it is, Nina? It's the second round. I can kill the frog. I got that down. I can kill the fireflies, no problem. But it's the second round where it's like first the spider that shoots poison and the random thing that digs and pops up in another place. And then the bugs and the roll and the rats. The one rat.
Oh my God.
It's all of them. I have to kill all of them. And then I have to kill the Rancor thing and the spider. I'm like, if I didn't have that second level of bugs, I think I could have beaten it.
I played
like half the bugs. If it's half the bugs, I can do it. But there's just so many of them.
Dude, I like fucking did the Rancor run. Like, I don't know how many times. Script Doctor, how many times was it? At least 30 times. And then I was like, oh my God, why am I doing this now? Like, I gotta go level up because I did it too early. So sometimes you gotta go level up a little bit.
I can't leave. No, once you're in the arena, you can't. What is the Rancor run? When do you fight this Rancor?
That's when you like go, like it's like one of the first side quests you get when you get to the mission. It's like you need to go to this cave, and you go to this cave, and you
What
go like.
planet is that?
It's in the main planet, the one that.
Oh, I haven't gone that one. Okay, so I haven't done that yet. No, I'm on Kashyyyk right now.
Kashyyyk.
I'm where the bounty hunter caught me, and so I'm in the gladiator.
Oh, you're in the arena still. Oh, you're way out still. Oh, okay. All right. You still got a ways to go. All right.
They said I'm halfway through the game, but I don't believe them.
You got some ways to go. Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. See, I'm thinking, Nina. Okay, see, I'm thinking Jedi Survivor. You're playing the first one.
Yes.
Okay, I was thinking Jedi Survivor. I'm sorry. That makes sense. That makes more sense. I like the first game better. The first game is definitely better. Okay, let me get these quickly. By the way, this is Anna's calendar, you guys. I'm putting in the chat. And the Jack show is Jack show tomorrow?
Yes.
Is it happening? Because Jetto Jaga says, Anna, is the Jack show done, or will you guys find a new K to replace Kelsey?
Listen, how much has Kelsey been there in the grand scheme of things?
Not a lot, but I don't think you guys should change
once every 6 months. But listen, I'm sad. I don't know what the fuck is going on. That whole blow up.
What happened?
You don't know?
No, I haven't heard.
So John and Kelsey got into a fight on stream. I jumped on and I had like watched, I had the stream on, so I knew that they were bickering, but John always plays like the hill. So
you mean like on the Jack show this happened?
No, John was streaming and Kelsey was on it. They were talking about Tampa. John was obviously trolling, and I missed a big portion because when I jumped on, it was like so uncomfortable.
Oh, no.
And then Kelsey like said "fuck you" to John and left.
Oh,
and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" So I guess John, and I'm like, John is obviously just trolling, and John was basically saying that Tampa, because everyone had so much fun in Tampa, apparently. But they went to a sex dungeon and they all had this marital time.
Shane drew like dicks on people's butts and backs. Yeah.
And then John was basically just trolling. He's like, yeah, but nobody made money. And I guess Kelsey got offended by John saying, I guess it wasn't just Kelsey. A few people got offended because it's like, well, John was like, well, you didn't make any money, so it wasn't successful. And then it's like, well, then what are you measuring success? And I said that. I was like, well, it's like if you're not making money, like, and I said, when I go to cons, I make content. I meet people. Like you're
networking.
I'm networking. I'm getting a return on my investment in one way or another. And John was just like pushing Kelsey's buttons, and Kelsey took it personally and got mad and left. And then I guess John privated the stream because he wanted to diffuse the situation, which is just my speculation. I did not ask John. He has not told me why because I haven't asked. But then
that's sad.
I know. But so Kelsey, I woke up to the message in the Jack Show chat, which was Kelsey was angry because we had talked about this on Ethan's stream.
Mhm.
And Kelsey rage quit and left the Jack Show chat as well and said he's quitting Jack Show.
Oh, no way. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but somebody say John bullied Kelsey. John is trolling. Like, they give me shit about hitting the wall. We give him shit about his not having eyebrows. I'm like, it's obviously just a troll. Like, I wouldn't take anything he said personally. But
maybe maybe John was also a little salty because maybe he was a little jealous that everybody went to Tampa and he didn't go. Because you get FOMO.
John could have gone if he wanted to. But so what he had heard though from Shane, from Mandy, and from other people was that the money wasn't good and then Cecil confirmed that, and I guess everyone that was there had already bought stuff. And so Rini did the best in sales because she had the lowest sales numbers out of everyone on her Indiegogo. So everyone that showed up to see them and hang out with them, but everyone had already bought their merch. So they weren't there to buy stuff. They were there to see and hang out with them.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah. And so they didn't make the money that they thought that they would make, which they were at a small con. They were the life of the party at the con. I think it would have been different if they were at San Diego Comic-Con.
Right. I mean, it's a bigger venue.
Yeah, or like MegaCon. Like if you're at a big, gigantic convention and you're not the life of the party, it's a little bit different. And I mean, I don't sell merch when I go to places, and I don't go to places expecting to make money. And I'm like that I film videos and I post them on YouTube and I'll get the ad revenue from that. And if that covers my travel and food, maybe that's fine. But at the same time, I'm like, when I go, I'm networking with people and meeting people and creating content. So it really depends on what you want. But John was basically just pointing out that the money wasn't there, so it wouldn't have been, as a businessman, like it wouldn't have made sense for him to go. And I think people took that personally because they're like, well, we had a good time. And it's like, John's not saying shit about your good time. He's merely pointing out that it's not financially beneficial.
Right.
But
But I
not
mean,
in the short term. But
Yeah.
if you're reinforcing your fan base by going to conventions where they can show up and talk to you,
exactly,
they are more likely to buy your next product.
Yes.
That you
Okay,
want.
and see, that's exactly what Kelsey was saying.
Yes.
And it's literally just two different perspectives, but Kelsey was upset and John was trolling, and it just kind of blew up. And I was just sitting there like watching mom and dad fight.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. I mean, because you like them, you're friends with both of them, and that sucks. And I mean,
Well,
Jack Show is like a staple every Thursday.
Well, it's also, I can see both people's point of view, but at the end of the day, it's like, well, it depends on what you want out of it. If you only went there to make money, then, and you don't care about networking, you don't care about like meeting people, then yeah, if you're just looking at it from the money standpoint, yeah, it probably wasn't the best investment. But if you're looking at it, I think the way Kelsey was looking at it, which he was there to meet people in person, he was there to see the fans, he was there to talk to people. And so I think Kelsey felt like John was raining on his parade and everyone else's parade, and he got pissed.
Aw, yeah, I can see it from both their point of view. I mean, I hope that they kiss and make up, not in the gay way, but you know what I mean.
I would rather see the physical kiss between those two.
Oh my god!
I think people would be blown away by that.
I think that would, that would blow away.
I see Anna cringing at that, but
yeah, you're like,
just for
no.
the thing, because they're going to basically make fun of each other's breath afterwards.
That's very true. Magnum Norris for $10 says, "Good night, y'all. Love y'all. Good night, y'all. Love y'all. Smooch. Mwah. Thank you so much, Magnum Norris." And John Vickery, thank you for the $10. I'm surprised no one is talking about the alien invasion that's supposed to happen this year. I would recommend that you watch Baba Yaga predictions of the year 2023. I will watch those, but John, the reason we're not talking about it is because everybody knows that they've been here for a while now.
Wait, Baba Yaga, the Russian witch. Great.
Well, the invasion, the alien invasion has happened already. It's just we just kind of missed it. but
well, they landed
eliminated.
here during the time where we all had to wear masks so that they could figure out how to mimic our nose and mouths because they're so foreign.
That's right.
And it took them 3 years to do that.
I was
my
at the store the other day. I took the Munchkin back to school shopping, and there was this woman. She was in all, like, she had all red. Like, it was weird. I was like, is this person a clown? And she had like a jacket that was jean over this weird red outfit. She had this fanny pack contraption, and one of the pockets had all these like gloves, like, so she could switch out her, and she had like the mask on, but it wasn't on completely. And she kept looking at me in the Munchkin, and I'm like, I don't have drugs, woman. Like,
the hell? That's creepy. Ugh.
I've seen the helmets, like the clear glass Mr. Freeze dome helmets.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
over.
yeah.
It's like it's the weirdest thing.
I was gonna get myself one of those. Hey, like I was like, if this is gonna go on for like forever, I'm getting myself an astronaut helmet. Like this is bullshit.
Oh, you could have cosplayed as like Nora Freeze in an alternate timeline of.
I 100% was going to. I was going to. Nick, thank you for the 5. Nick Skyberg says, not the Jack show. Nina, get the chancla and straighten them out. Oh my God, we have another guest. My goodness, we were just about to close out the show, but he's here, so we're gonna have to say hello. Hello, Mr. Ethan Van Skyver.
Hi, good evening, Nina. I want to thank you for the invitation. I want to thank you for inviting me to be on the show. I want to apologize for not being able to make it in time. I know that the show's closing out. But I wanted to say to you that, yes, same to you, heartbroken because I missed most of the show. But
I'm
I wanted
more
to
sad about what's going on with John and Kelsey, man. Like you gotta create the peace.
talk about that a little bit. What do you mean by that?
Well, Anna was just filling us in about what's going on with the Jack show. Apparently, the Jack show is broken up. The band has broken up. Kelsey and John got into a fight.
Kelsey left. That's it.
But the band's broken
What are we
up
going to
now.
do without Kelsey? What are we going to do? And who's responsible for this, do you think? Who do you think is behind this problem?
I think Kelsey.
You think it's Kelsey's fault?
I think it's both of their faults.
Well, I'd like to issue a statement to Kelsey then. Okay, are you right? Kelsey, listen, I asked for a little. I know Nina's trying to close out the show, and I know this is this is her show, and I know you guys are tired. You've been streaming now for 3 hours. 3 hours? That's it?
3 hours. It's
only 1 a.m. I thought it was 3 a.m. for some reason. This isn't so bad. I don't feel half as bad as I did. But I'm asking for a little bit of Nina Infinity's valuable time. I never asked for... Kelsey, I never asked for anything, but I called in a marker on this one, my friend. You see, something's either happened or is about to happen. Something of incredible magnitude. A couple of years ago, 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, I was right here on YouTube, and I saw a kid named John Malin. And he just flew off the page. He was like in 3 dimensions right off the screen. I said, that man right there, that man is a warrior. I went to my friends in Comicsgate. I played a very big part in getting John Malin here. And he's exceeded all of our expectations. And I told him, I said, the first rule is, John, first rule is anything that you want in comics, I want you to understand, the road doesn't rise up to meet the man. You've got to reach out there and take it, John. But you see, there's also an unwritten rule, Anna. Cardinal rule that John may have forgotten. Doesn't just apply to sports, doesn't apply to comics, doesn't apply to any business. Not those alone. It applies to every aspect of a man's life. Number 1, you take care of your family. And Kelsey Shannon is family. Rule number 2, you don't mess around in another guy's family. I'm accusing John of messing around with Kelsey's family. You see, I know, John, that you're over there in Detroit, where there are no women. You can deduce whatever you want to from that statement. But the fact of the matter is, there's going to come a time, It's not that far down the road. You see, the more I age, the older I get in this business, this great hobby of ours, this industry, the more wisdom I acquire. It's become clear. There's going to be a time in my life, in your life, where there aren't going to be any more TV lights, no more YouTube cameras, no more people running up to me at the mall and saying, "Hey, Ethan, can I have your autograph?" And whether you and I, John, Kelsey, we walk away from this great hobby, this industry, or whether we limp away, it's up to you. Whether I roll both of you away in a wheelchair, that's also up to you. The one constant thing in this business is family. The Jack Show was family. And that's where we are. Family props you up when you're hurt. They pat you on the back. They build your ego up. Anna has built John Malin and Cecil's ego up, Kelsey's ego up. Maybe not Kelsey's. For years now. And we send you out the back door. We say, have a good day. Well, Kelsey, I'm just going to ask you one time. Is this okay with you? Can you tolerate more of this? John Malin, I'm going to ask you, is this obsession with destroying every aspect of Kelsey Shannon's life worth losing your eternal, immortal soul? Well, is it? Thank you. I ceded my time.
That was
You
beautiful.
know what I just learned from that?
What?
You blamed it on me. That whole thing was to say that it was my fault because I built up their ego.
Family, Anna. It's all about
He's
family.
blaming the women.
Yeah.
Ethan, that was beautiful. No, I agree. Because
Russell Hall says, I'm going to throw up.
I know. I'm going to throw up at your picture, Russell Hall. Can you please change that? Jesus Christ. But no,
what's going on? Is the Jack Show really over now?
No, we're going to resume. It's going to be just me and John because Cecil's at Anime Matsuri this year. And
it's his birthday tonight, by the way.
Cecil's
Happy birthday, Cecil. Did you get him something nice, Uncle E? Did you give him a good gift? Well,
I told him that I wasn't going to beat him today.
oh, okay. That's a good gift. I mean,
Yeah. For once, a day off
For
from the regular beatings. And
mind
the
you,
regular
he
beatings
might
are
like
one
it,
thing.
though. I think
He
likes
does like it. He
He's
does.
like, give me more.
I'm
Okay.
sorry to have kept you guys, but yeah, the Jack Show must go on. Anna, you have to
It
do
has
whatever
to.
you can do. I will issue all the threats I need to, but you have to bring the sugar, okay?
Yeah, you do, Anna. You got to save it. You got to save it. They need you.
You know what? Kelsey and John just need to kiss and make up because
They do.
this is
They do.
ridiculous.
We can't have this happen. Like, there's no way that Jack Show's over. I won't rest until the Jack Show
the
is
Jack
made
Show's
up.
not over. It's just like, as far as us guessing on whether Kelsey will show up or not, it's like, okay, we know he's not going to show up.
Well, Ethan, you have to get Kelsey and John in a room and get them to
do gay shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to try something. Brittany Venti, if you have any nudes, could you send them my way so that I can send them to Kelsey? It's purely for research. Kelsey, and we'll see what that does for him. I just need to. It'll help, I think, a great deal.
Good
so just
Lord.
send
Did
the
you
nudes.
enjoy those videos? Did you enjoy
I didn't
them?
watch them yet.
You didn't watch
I just woke up. Yeah, I'm getting back to work. I saw that you guys were still on. I wanted to come in and say hello and meet the script doctor, by the way, who
Oh.
a wise man.
You guys have never met Script?
Not
Ethan
formally.
Script.
I think only when Baby Yoda came out did he pop in onto a Midnight's Edge stream that I was on. But
Oh.
no, I've been a big fan of Ethan Van Sciver since I saw him invent the holographic Green Lantern emblem.
Oh, thanks, my friend.
Way
I
back
appreciate
when I used to work at Blockbuster Video that sold DC Comics, and I used to read those when I'd be on overnight inventories. And I'm like, oh wow, this art is great.
That just completely dates the whole thing, doesn't it? Like Blockbuster Video,
a
old
long time
Green
ago.
Lantern. Yeah, when they used to sell comics.
And I have to say, congratulations on Cyberfrog. It's fantastic.
Thank you
Can't wait
very
to see the more stuff that you bring to that.
Thank you, sir.
So, yeah, no, you've definitely elevated a lot of other people wanting to do better art. That's for sure. I know I've met a lot of people in the last 2 years who have basically said that you, Ramita, have kind of like inspired them to see how push the limits of what they can do with drawing. And these are just people in my local area here. Like I'm in the Greater Toronto area in Ontario, so you don't get a whole lot of variety of a chance of meeting artists just randomly here and there. But when you throw out stuff for, you need someone to do storyboarding and whatnot, and every once in a while you get, hey, yeah, I'm familiar with that artist. That's why I like him. Got a couple of fans of Jim Lee. A lot of people love Todd McFarlane because he's kind of like a native boy here. So a lot of good names to be.
Ethan set the bar really high.
I really did.
Art.
I am importance. I am 100% importance. I would say that, like, you could substitute me out with importance, and I think you would. It'd be easy to confuse the two. What's that super chat for Patrick T down there?
This one right here. Patrick T for $1.99 says EVS confuses himself with importance quite often.
Well, at least once today. At least that happened just once, but.
He also says that you're a lofty invader.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Lofty pixels?
You're like lofty pixels? Oh, come on. At least EVS has good arguments. Patrick T also for another $9.99. EVS is Barbie gay, for fuck's sakes. Hey, did you hear what Joe Rogan said about Barbie?
What'd he say?
He said that everyone's freaking the fuck out and everyone should calm the fuck down. And it was a good movie.
Yo, what is going on? Like, that still happens. Like, on my Twitter, people are just like, you're wrong. You've never been more wrong about Barbie. And I'm like, I'm 100% right about Barbie. 100%. But let's talk about what your issues are. Because what the fuck? Like,
I know.
People are crazy about this movie. Like so angry about it.
He's so mad at you.
I know. I'm like, by the way, I'm not saying that the ideas within the movie are necessarily good or anything like that. All I'm saying is it was well done. The script was really, really well done, and it presented its ideas well. And people, and it had a deep and profound meaning, a subtext for a movie called Barbie. It was very interesting.
Yeah. So there's no conflict in the brand of Barbie, like as an entity. So you have to come up with something, and then on top of that, what's better to have an IP that reinforces that the IP is meant for this demographic? We haven't had that with Disney's handling of Marvel and Star Wars. They're like saying, no, this Barbie's a girl's brand. Here's the girl's brand for girls.
Hey, listen, even in the commercial, now to troll people, I show a Barbie commercial before my show, like Barbie's Dream House and Dreamboat. And in that commercial, they have little gay 8-year-old boys playing with the Barbie dolls. And it's like, no. It's for girls. Of course it is. And again, like people are like, that's it. Like I was rewatching Anna's argument about this just a few minutes ago. Anna said that's not how Barbie acts, and it's like, no, that's not how your Barbie acts because
no, that's how all Barbies.
There is no Barbie. There's no character Barbie. There isn't.
Yes, there is.
Barbie has zero personality. She doesn't.
No,
she's
she's
not a
talking
character.
about the shows.
Oh, you're talking about the made-for-DVD shows that came out?
There were specials that used to come out for Barbie. There were movies of Barbie. There was a television show of Barbie. This is not how Barbie acts at all.
Barbie acts however the girl who's playing her.
No,
that's right.
You've never watched
See,
Barbie.
Anna has cognitive dissonance here, script doctor, because Anna is into guys media.
You guys have never seen it.
Anna is like used to Star Trek and Star Wars and comic books. She is essentially, even though, don't take this the wrong way, she's a very masculine woman in the sense of the way that she imagines things, because she's able to, to watch all this stuff.
Yeah.
She's one of the dudes. She hangs out with the guys. Most girls aren't like Anna. I promise you. Thank God.
Yeah, like listen, I had to play Barbies with my sister, with my older cousin, where all I had to do is hold Ken by the pool and not move him or do anything while my sister or my cousin would play out what they wanted to do. And both of them played Barbie very differently, except for the fact that I was the guy that had to hold the Ken doll. Like that's That's it. It was a nightmare.
No, but she's talking more about like the Barbie lore. Like she's saying that there's Barbie lore, and like this movie was not the Barbie that most little girls watch the TV show of. Mind you, I was one of the people that never watched a Barbie property in my life. I just played with it when I was a little girl, and then this
You
is the
simulated
movie
things
that
with
I
your
saw.
Barbie and Ken.
I did. I was a weirdo. I was a very weird
Well, it's
girl.
not even that. It's like also the way that they like marketed her, and it's like this is this type of Barbie, but Barbie has a personality. Yes, she does.
What? What's her personality?
She's supposed to be your best friend. She's supposed to be the person that inspires you. She would never put someone down to uplift herself. That's not Barbie.
Well, that's what the marketing department is telling little girls that they should
new
think
one.
Barbie is.
The
But what
woman-
are Barbie's strengths, weaknesses? What is she afraid of? What is she like? What does she dislike?
Barbie's afraid of
What does
hurting.
she want in life?
Barbie wants everything, and that's why she does everything.
Oh,
So she's schizophrenic.
right.
No, it depends on what iteration of Barbie. No,
Has
Barbie would never
ADHD.
hurt someone. Barbie is afraid of hurting people. That is what she's afraid of.
Barbie will do whatever the little girl who's playing with her will do. You know,
I did bad things with her.
Barbie will headbutt little brother and break his nose if a little girl grabs Barbie by the feet and swings it.
But see, now you're not talking about Barbie. You're talking about the person playing with Barbie.
Well, that's right. That's the difference between girls and boys. This is the Lego study in action and effect.
Okay, but
This
I'm
is why
assuming-
Barbie's been successful, because it understands that girls project themselves onto blank slates, and boys don't do that. That's why boys don't like Barbie. That's why Ken isn't a real guy.
but see,
'Cause
boys
what does
like-
Ken do?
But boys like G.I. Joe.
That's right. Yeah, G.I.
Here's the comic
Joe.
grip.
That's right. G.I. Joe, they all have personalities. They all have names, code names. They do stuff. There's a cartoon where they, I didn't
They
watch
have
it.
a goal.
but
They fight Cobra. Like they have a goal. Barbie's goal
Okay,
is
so you can
what
very
is Barbie's
easily
goal?
get a Barbie, and Barbie needs to fight, I don't know, whatever other toy you have. She's got to fight the teddy bear. There you go. You got Fighter Barbie right there. And most little girls, they want different Barbies because of the different hairstyles, the different outfits, and you
True. This is
you
awesome.
usually gravitate towards it. But usually when girls play with Barbies, there's an overall story that's going on. It's like, I want to reenact Cinderella, and I can do it with my Barbies.
Yeah.
I made my own weird
boys
stories.
don't do that with Batman. Boys don't go, I want to reenact Cinderella with Batman, because Batman is Batman. Barbie
Boys
is
don't even
whatever.
like reenact Batman Returns with their action figures. They're like, what's the next adventure with Batman when he's fighting, Penguin, Joker, Catwoman, or what have you? That's typically the case.
I never played like that either, though. Like I had like long tales that I would just make up about Barbies. Like I think people just play differently. Like every
I think
person
it
plays
depends
differently.
on the person. But
Yeah.
the woman that made Barbie, she's done interviews where she's like, I never really played with Barbies. Margot Robbie never really played with Barbies. All of the main characters in this movie have never played with Barbie, so they don't know anything about Barbie. And all of them have admitted that on camera. So
Yeah.
this is not a movie that is made for people that like Barbie. And it's not even made by people that know anything about Barbie.
It's not, the movie
Oh, they
isn't
did the
even really
research.
But I
about
like
Barbie.
Barbie, and I
It
like
isn't-
Barbie.
The movie isn't even, that's what's weird about it. It's called Barbie, and Barbie is a framing device, but the movie isn't about Barbie. The movie is about women who grew up with Barbie. It's about
Yeah.
it really is, it's not about who cares what happens to Margot Robbie. It's about women dealing with the fact that, like, this fantasy idea of feminism is bullshit, and it doesn't play out in the real world, and it isn't good, ultimately. You have to
think
grow up.
It's about women who failed at being what Barbie is, and so they resent Barbie because she.
Good, you found meaning in the movie, Anna. Congratulations.
I
You're
never
like,
said
oh,
there
you
wasn't
found
meaning.
me. I disagree with you,
Said there wasn't
but
meaning.
you found meaning in the
Don't like
movie.
it. It's about a bunch of miserable women
Yes,
that
that's
failed
true.
at life.
Yes,
I don't
that's
want to
true.
see that. I don't want to see that with Barbie.
Well, then don't go see it. But
a
that's
good
what the
movie.
movie's about. The movie's about women suffering midlife crisis and looking back at their childhoods
And it's
the bubbly pink world of feminism and
And it's
opportunity that was
stupid.
presented to them,
I don't
and
like
whether or not they
watching
want to go
people
revisit that or not. Well, you don't want to see it, but that's the message of the movie.
I know, and I don't care. I didn't go and watch a movie about a Barbie doll to see a woman's midlife crisis. That's not how it was marketed.
That's not what okay, so it wasn't marketed that way to you. I mean, it still has a lot of that Barbie stuff in it if you want to see that, but that's just not what the movie's bigger than that. It's more human than that.
Star Wars movie. It was fucking terrible.
Surprise, like you can do here's the thing. You can do a Star Wars movie and keep it focused on the characters because men are better at creating characters than women are. So all of those characters that George Lucas created are fully formed and functional. They're to stimulate a boy's imagination, okay? Now, Barbie is just for a girl to project herself onto and practice being a woman and just act out whatever psychosis she's going to eventually develop and torture men with if she becomes a teenager and a woman. That's what Barbie is. So the movie cannot ever be about Barbie. It can't be like the story of Barbie because there is no story. It's the story of the women who play with Barbie. It's.
No, but see, this is why you like it, because everything you just described about Barbie is what Barbie isn't, and you have the exact same mindset as the woman who made the movie, which is why
you have your idea of what Barbie is, and it isn't.
This movie wasn't made for me.
Okay.
It's so funny because I see both your points of view, and I agree and disagree with both your points of view. I know that sounds really weird.
Nina riding the fence. I love it.
It's so weird. But you know what? The funny part is, though, I think what I love the most about the movie is that it's created these conversations, because I've had so many conversations. It's weird though, Anna, because I've had philosophical discussions about this movie with people I never thought I was going to have about fucking Barbie. Like
people are so angry about it. I don't understand. It has nothing to do with anything. Like, you don't have to be upset about this. Who cares what women think, guys? It doesn't matter. But that's what the movie's about. The movie is about what women think and what women go through, and who cares? I don't care, but you should understand what it is.
With Barbie,
deranged,
not really
miserable women.
All women are deranged and miserable. All of them, especially when they get to middle age.
Thanks, Ethan.
Present company accepted, of course.
Accepted.
Yes.
What? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's
Let me read these super chats so we can get out of here, Ethan.
All right, thank you very much. Yes.
Russell Hall says Kelsey's just salty because Anna's getting hitched.
Mm.
Okay. Patrick,
that's true, Anna. That is true.
Maybe
I know. I heard I'm not his muse anymore.
That's so. I mean, he was holding out hope. You know.
He had all the guys that say that they had every opportunity to propose to me before Peaches did, and none of them did.
That is true. You gotta make your play, guys.
Oh, I still love the fact that Kelsey thought that like his pickup line was like, I know all about Star Trek.
No, he doesn't know.
No. He's like, I don't know anything about Star Trek. Can you tell me about it? With the fucking Star Trek thing in the background. That was so good. Patrick T for $4.99 says, did Lofty create babies? What is going on with you and wanting to know what the hell, dude? Minor Zycon, thank you for the $2. Says, what's pineappling, Nina? Hey Anna, where's Taggy? I don't know what you're talking about. Pineappling?
What's pineappling, Nina? What's happening?
What's happening? Well, there was a mini debate going on right now. 201 Studios, thank you so much for the $2. This thing got here, family. It's important. This thing we got here.
This thing of ours, family.
He's talking about us.
You can either leave this family in a wheelchair or in a hearse. Your choice, Kelsey.
Wait, who said this? Is this like Godfather?
Yes,
or was this?
It's not Godfather. It's the Fast and the Furious, Nina.
Oh, okay.
Is it? I'm just talking shit.
See, yes. I'm talking like whenever you're talking about the family, I'm thinking like, the Sopranos, man. I'm talking about like, the family. Like if you can't leave the family, because when you leave the family, you dead. That's how you leave the family.
That's the message we're trying to impart to Kelsey.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Le Comics Nostra. I don't know what that means. Okay. Let me see here. We got family. It's important. Patrick T for $1.99. Marie Antoinette will be missed. Patrick T for $4.99 says we haven't seen a great movie until EVS defended Barbie. What a feeg. Not my Barbie, says Russell Hall. Patrick T for $1.99. I'm on Anna's side. Barbie. EVS is feeg. Nick, thank you for the 5. Says I'm pretty sure Anna is subject matter expert on Barbie topic. Hey, I'm
Irrelevant.
a woman too, and I played with Barbies.
Yeah, but see here's the thing, guys. The movie was made by a woman that never played with Barbies. The main character was a woman that never played with Barbies. The weird Barbie chick was another woman who never played with Barbies. They've all
has nothing to do with the
yes,
movie.
Yes, it does, Ethan, because
it doesn't.
No, because they don't know anything about Barbie, and they made a movie to they utilized.
They made a movie about you crazy women. When you dead egger women who get into your 40s, either you have a rotten child or you have no children, and then you look back and go, what was it all for? Barbie promised me a dream house and a dream boat and a homosexual husband. What happened? It didn't all turn out the way that Barbie
a lot of them got the homosexual husbands because all the guys are turning gay all of a sudden. So
it's a movie that was
look at
created by
Patrick Tate,
women that don't like Barbie, that never played with Barbie, to tell a story about themselves. If you want to go watch another Barbie movie that's not Barbie, it's a great movie with Tyra Banks. It's called Life Size. That is an actual movie about a Barbie.
I still gotta watch that movie.
This just isn't all right.
I feel you, EVS. Patrick T for $1.99. For fuck's sake, CVS never had an evil
Knievel
fruitcake. Wow, he's so mean to
Patrick
you.
He's got a real problem. But I mean, look, the Evil Knievel was not for me either. The stunt cycling. I mean, when Evil Knievel was popular, I was 2. I wasn't. I rode a big wheel. I was more into the Greatest American Hero. I think I was into Superman. Was not into and Star Wars. Was not into Evil Knievel.
Patrick T for $1.99. The Barbie movie was made for EVS. Doc Brewski, thank you for the $1.99. Get these broads Rolo Van Skyver.
Get these broads Rolo Van Skyver. He's calling you ladies broads.
He's calling, he's calling us broad. You really need to watch that, Ethan. You'll love it. It's gonna make your entire night. I promise you. Russell Hall for 2 says Gates McFadden propositioned you dozens of times. He's yelling at you, Anna.
No, Russell, that's you being a degenerate. I saw no diamonds.
Also, he says, lick Anna just one before you take the plunge. What the hell, Russell?
One lick, he's saying.
No.
Lick Gates McFadden.
Lick.
No.
Oh, one lick. Oh.
No.
Ew, Russell, that's gross. No, don't do it, Anna. That is disgusting.
No shit.
God damn, Russell Hall. Okay, thank you, Ethan. Are you gonna stream after this? You got something coming up? You want to plug anything?
Well, just please back Cyberfrog 3 Red Extermination, obviously, and we have a Cyberfrog micro car that is being made right now, free for all backers of Cyberfrog. It's like a Matchbox car, the shaped like Cyberfrog. I think people are gonna really dig it. It's just the first of many, hopefully, free bonuses for this campaign. And I just want to say that Kelsey Shannon and John Malin, 2 of you guys, I'm going to coconut your heads together. You need to get along so that Anna has a show called The Jack Show. Everybody loves The Jack Show.
I love The Jack Show. I'll be so sad if Kelsey actually leaves. It's just not the same. Patrick T for $1.99. EVS helps himself to the buffet constantly. I don't think you do at all. I actually think you look great. Ethan, you've lost weight, man.
Hey guys, look at what I'm putting in the private chat right now.
Okay.
All right.
Whoa, that's a big
leg. Oh my God, Anna, you look great naked. Jeez.
Whoa, that's.
I did not need to see that.
Those are really good nudes.
Anna's fully waxed, guys. Brazilian.
Eat your heart out, Russell Hall.
And they're also fake, guys. They're also fake.
Sorry, those of you who are not on the show, you don't have access to the private chat. And that's just the way it goes.
But look at what's on like the front page of Amazon now.
It's disgusting.
What is this?
I don't know. I don't want to see it, but it came up.
The fuck? I'm not sharing this. Okay. Script and EBS, you're done. Nothing else. You're not gonna. Are you gonna stream after this? He's got.
I don't think so. I'm going to go back to work. I'm working on Rainbow the Brute. Rainbow is the last real man in Fairyland. He wears a rainbow and the blood of those who don't love the rainbow.
Okay.
But the rainbow means something different where he comes from. It means an end to the rain. He doesn't realize that the rainbow has been co-opted by homosexuals yet.
Oh, okay.
He might learn that.
That kind of makes sense. Russell Hall for $2 says, "Help a brother out."
I saw the dick mushroom you were trying earlier, Ethan.
What dick mushroom? My God.
So Anna, the thing is, like in the plot of the story, an evil witch steals the village that Rainbow the Brute protects, steals their artifact, which is two mystical orbs of masculinity, and those rest deep underneath the castle toadstool. Okay. You understand? So deep in the, you see it now? You understand why it's a toadstool? Yes. Why the balls are underneath it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of,
and imagine if some witch stole our balls, like they stole our orbs. We would have to get Rainbow the Brute to find them.
What was that script, Doctor?
I was wondering, is there a lot of like shrubbery and trees around the tower?
Yeah, grass.
Tall grass, right?
Tall grass, and also two roads that look strangely like an open zipper, like converging
a fork in the road. So
fork in the road, yeah.
A fork in. Wow. Patrick T for $1.99. Back EBS says Fruity Pebbles Scampaigns. Okay, so everybody going back. All of Ethan's projects. He's got a lot on Indiegogo. I can't go through them all right now, but especially Cyberfrog. Get that stuff, all of it. Ethan's amazing. Okay, Script Doctor, you got anything coming up that you want to plug before we call it?
Well, yesterday morning I dropped a little musing about Taylor Sheridan's writing with his Lioness series on my Patreon, and I'm still working on the written review for Barbie, which is extremely long for a Barbie thing.
Yeah, that'll be really rewarding for you, Script Doctor. You're going to get a lot of appreciation for your thoughts on Barbie. I try not to talk about it, but I get dragged in.
What you need to do, though, Script Doctor, is you need to change that blue shirt into a pink shirt. If you're talking about Barbie, I
don't own anything pink.
But you need to. You're drawing. You make it pink.
I don't believe I have that color on this computer.
Oh, okay. Russell Hall for $2 says, "Was that a no? Come on, just crumb up poop. See, no, Russell.
Oh.
No means no.
There's a lot of weirdness going on.
I know, man. It's all because of it's late.
What'd you say, Anna?
I said I need to go to bed.
She's been wanting to go
With
to
Russell
bed for
Hall?
a while.
No, I need to go to sleep.
Oh, sleep.
Okay, thank you everybody again. You guys are fantastic. Make sure you back Anna's campaign and EBS's. Everybody go and sign up for Script's Patreon. You guys are awesome. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. I don't know what to play out, so I'm just going to end it.